Oh my goodness. Who is playing the music right now? Oh my gosh. Look, everything's working. I think that's a very, very important thing to note here. We're not botching it today. Oh my God. After sitting up and getting like 2 hours of sleep, I finally figured out what the problem was. So, hey, we're just happy we're here. It's round 2. This is a crazy, crazy round 1. I don't think anybody's rookie rankings were safe. I think that for the next while, Tom Lee and I are going to be stuck on the walkabout trying to figure out what the heck happened yesterday. Oh my God. Look, but I am your host with the most time in his hands. I am Thomas Tipple FF. Look, today's going to be a little bit different. We don't have the same group of folks coming in today. Obviously, yesterday there was so much happening, but we should be joined by Akash again today. He mentioned he wanted to come by. We got Ryan Devaney. We got the FF Mad Jester himself, Mr. USFL will be popping on. Billy should be popping on a little bit later. Jacob was flying today, so he should be making an appearance just a little bit later. Boy, I would love to talk to him about the wide receivers. But early notes, ladies and gentlemen, is that running backs have a good shot at going early. So we'll see what happens with that. If there's a run on running backs, we're going to find out. We'll find out if there's an actual run on running backs. So I think that was Good Morning Football had mentioned that. So we could see 2 running backs taken. Apparently Seattle's going to potentially look to move up, but Tom Lee, you weren't able to make it on the show yesterday. You were busy over there in Aussie land. And for anyone that doesn't know, this is my co-host of the Fantasy Walkabout. This is Tom Lee, Tom_Lee. And, of course, the man behind the scenes yesterday, dropping all those fun tidbits into the chat. And he came on for a little bit. And he's I call him the head of video editing over here, Lucas, also at the Cute Hurts over there on the Twitch, doing the games up. Favorite picks? I want to go Tom Lee because you obviously, again, you weren't here. What was it to you that set you off?
I really liked the start of the draft, right? So from a football point of view, I liked that it won a lot of reaching on, wide receivers and quarterbacks and this sort of thing. So I thought it was really good to see proper picks being made, and then it made, the chaos that happened between 10 and 13 so much more interesting, or 8 and 13 with the wide receiver run. And that made it really, really fun on the back end, because then you've got people jumping up, hoping to try and get into this tier that everyone had of these wide receivers. And one team in particular missing out on that and having to panic pick, in my opinion anyway, a different position. So, yeah, I mean, for me, it's the wide receivers. That was the fun stuff. Whether you like the spots or not, it's just exciting to see these young guys go early. So we've got that draft capital locked in, and now take your shot, anywhere through 102 to 108.
Who is the panic pick in your mind?
Who is the best pick?
No, who is the panic pick? You said there was a panic pick.
Was it who moved up? The Eagles moved up, I think.
Well, the Eagles moved up to get Jordan Davis. I don't think that was panic. And then the Eagles traded for, let's see, the Lions moved up. They got James Williams.
Yeah. So who did they jump? The Lions jumped someone.
The Lions jumped the Saints.
Lions jumped the Saints for JMO.
That's not it. Maybe it was the Eagles. So you reckon they were going DT anyway?
Well, here's the thing. The Eagles moving up really pissed me off because Baltimore didn't land Jordan Davis. That made me really mad.
I had that pegged as that's what was going to happen. So that's why 13 for me with Philly seems strange. But I mean, it's somewhat on brand for them to have another big boy up front.
Well, and that's it for them. That's what they want to build on. That's what they want to do. So I think the pick is good, and I'm kind of happy with how it went. Right for the way the Ravens. I'm more into Kyle Hamilton than I was into Jordan Davis, but that's probably because it's actually happened now.
It's actually happened.
That's a real reality for a lot of this, man, and it's kind of one of the stranger drafts I remember being a part of. I don't like the Lions going and getting Jameson Williams. I don't like the move for them. I don't like the fit for them. Obviously,
they gave up 3 early seconds and a late first to get back a late second and the early first. So
Right.
losing that extra pick for me is probably the downside to the trade. But if they view Jamison Williams as the number one wide receiver in this draft, like I completely understand that move. Like that's your future piece. It's your star. Amon-Ra is still a fantastic number two. Like that for me, I really don't mind the move if they see it that way, because it's really going to get your guy at that point. But you could be very right. But, in a year's time or 2 years' time, we could be looking at this going, "Oh man, what a whiff!" With so much depth in wide receiver to come, what were they doing? But yeah, I like it. I like the balls. I like what this Detroit team's trying to do with this offense. Call these shots and take them.
Yeah, and for fantasy too, it's just one of those things where I think I was talking about this in the Discord, Lucas, and I said, the super flex drafts have basically just become one QB drafts.
Yeah.
Like that's what it feels like, right? And now I went into yesterday, and Jacob actually asked it on the show yesterday. Who's 102? Who's 102? And I was like, oh, it's London. It's easily London. But now hold on. If there's a run on running backs and we get, I don't know, Kenneth Walker, Breece Hall, and maybe even Spiller creeps up, there's kind of a conversation to even Robinson coming in, say, the third round. I don't know. I think that there's a real case that the shift is good. Like there is a chance at least that Breece Hall and Kenneth Walker are the 101 and 102.
I'll be so happy if that happens.
I don't love London's landing spot. I don't love it. I don't love Wilson's. I really don't love Wilson's landing spot in New Orleans. I don't love it.
That's Olave.
Or sorry, Olave. I don't like. I just said I don't like Williams' landing spot as much. The receivers at the top, not as fun as maybe the receivers might be at the back. You know what I mean? Like Watson going somewhere in the second round here now, I'm going to like his value now. Pickens, I'm going to like his value now a lot. Sky Moore, I'm going to love his value now a lot. So that 111, 112, 110 might be a more comfortable drafting spot than 15, 16, 17, 18. We got Barry here. He's chilling. Kenneth Walker was just taken in a rookie draft I'm in right now at 102. Yeah, of course. I mean, you guys are lunatics for drafting already. Like, you guys are absolutely insane for drafting already, but all the power to you. I know that's like a popular thing for people to do, but yeah, it's – so number two, I want to talk about bets. I want to talk about bets right now because I laid some bets today. I have Desmond Ridder is going to be the second quarterback drafted. That was at plus 350 at Bet 365, which is the one that I use. Readily available to me here in the middle of fucking nowhere, Canada. So Bet 365 is the one that we're using. So he was plus 350 today. So I took Desmond Ridder. I think he's the second quarterback off the board. I don't think he slips past Seattle. Now, if Seattle goes Willis or something like that, then I'm going to be a sad, sad boy. Very sad boy. I have Kenneth Walker as the first running back off the board at plus 240. So I have that, and then I actually doubled up on that with Breece Hall being the second running back off the board. That was plus 250. And I have the 33rd overall pick being Andrew Booth Jr. to Tampa.
Nice.
I know it's probably not going to be, but at plus 2,000, which is what he was, and Tampa Bay loving to draft the corners and DBs, and they can sit him for a bit and be happy with it. I definitely just see that, but I think Dean is probably the actual number 33. But I don't know, man. Especially with Seattle potentially moving up. What's the number 30? Sorry. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to read and talk at the same time. Oh my God. Look, technically we're all working, but my brain's not all there after 2 hours of sleep. That show last night was insane. I want to know your favorite potential second round picks. So I'll start with you, Lucas, while I look this up.
Oh my goodness. Honestly, it's going to be whoever picks Malik Willis. That kid, he has all of the physical abilities in the world. And now he's moving out of a system like what we criticized Matt Corral for, with being in a one read system, RPO heavy, super simplified. But he is blessed with every physical gift you want for an NFL quarterback to have, and now somebody is going to get a fantastic value on him. And honestly, I really hope it's the Vikings. Not a Vikings fan at all, but
For
you have
Willis?
Kirk Cousins, who has, I think he has 2 years left on his deal now, but get him in there, let him adjust to that system. And then just like what the Chiefs did with Mahomes and Alex Smith, ship Cousins out next year and be ready to roll with Willis and Jefferson as your two offensive centerpieces for next decade.
See, I find that to be a very odd. Like to me, Willis is dead to me. Like Malik Willis is dead to me now. Like, and I feel a little bit bad for people that were spamming the quarterback market in underdog drafts, right? In best ball. And I feel bad for all of them, right? Tom Lee, you're Mr. Quarterbacks are king in value. You got to be looking at the way this draft went.
Not anymore.
And
See ya.
Yeah, exactly. That's just it. Now we got Christopher coming back. Welcome to round 2, buddy. I normally really attempt to enunciate last names. I'm going to give this one a shot. I have Christopher Ippolito. I think I did it all right there. Yeah, welcome back. Round 2. Love to see you here. Christopher, let me know what your favorite second round pick is going to be this round. Call your shot now while I get this set up. But with the quarterbacks, the way it's looking right now, Tom Lee, how are you going to approach it now? Where's Pickett? Is Pickett 105, Pickett 104, Pickett 102? What? It's the best spot for him.
It is the best spot for him. So I mean, I'm happy for you to take that shot there.
Oh, yeah, I got it.
I probably have the wide receivers ahead.
I'm the last name King.
But I mean, it's tough because I wasn't on the rookie draft shows with the rookie shows with you boys, but Pickett was not. I was not a fan of what we saw, and I think you agree, Tom. Especially some of the throws. I mean, like it just wasn't as clean as I'd hoped, and it wasn't as, I want to say, professional. Like he seemed like an okay game manager, like IRL, but just from what I want to see from a quarterback, where it pops off the film, it just wasn't there. So. I mean, systematically, he'll be good in Pittsburgh. I think it's fine for the weapons. You'd still likely see Trubisky, for me, start most of this year. So, I mean, I'm not really that keen to take him. If someone wants to move up ahead, I'm pretty happy to keep sliding back, like you said. Aim for those 110 to 201s, depending on what the depth is today. But the rest of the quarterbacks, from a fantasy point of view, can really just go eat a big one because
I like Ritter too, though. I like Ritter being able to make it more than I like Willis being able to. Willis,
especially that type of player. Right? We've seen Hurts recently become that type of player. But
but the problem is Hurts was just on his way to being the wide QB1 on the season, and people are ready to yeet him into the sun because he got an ankle injury. So I don't know and he's also, remember, Willis is a way worse prospect than Hurts was. Hurts was a great well, not a great he was a very good prospect.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Look at what Willis is, and it's big yikes. It's big yikes. Look, we're waiting for the first pick today, so it is gonna be good though. I'm anticipating. Hopefully I win some money. I'd like to win some money on this one. I did hit last night. You want to talk about bets? This is the one I hit last night. London first receiver off the board. I hit that one. I know I hit another one. Look, basically I ended up with like $250 more than I had going into the night, and I'm probably gonna blow it all on this round here. But look, it's 6:06. We should be fired up.
They're doing a magic show right now
on
the draft instead of actually making picks. Like somebody's trying to escape out of a straitjacket right now while suspended in the air.
Shut up.
So
Really?
I'm not even joking right now.
Is Rob still part of the magic show?
That's
the only reason I'd be interested in this.
Now they're just spinning around a lot. I don't know. But
it was really bad yesterday even as well. Like it was quite terrible.
I don't know. It reminds me of whenever they had the draft in Nashville and they just kept putting concerts in everywhere they could.
Oh, that was the worst. Yeah. But I want to shout out. I don't think I've ever seen them bring somebody on yesterday like I did with the person for the number 4 pick in the draft, the Thibodeau pick.
That was Giants at 5.
Okay, well, they had the kid from Make-A-Wish on there, and he was more hyped than any player I've ever seen get drafted. That dude was losing his mind, and you know what? I gotta say, I loved it for him. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What did I just get? Oh, okay, I understand.
Yeah, definitely one of the better moments from yesterday. Being able to watch that, it really set a good mood going in. First 5 picks, we knew craziness was happening, and then all of this energy comes on a stage, and you get to see why we're so invested in football. You get to see there's other people like us out there, and just wish nothing but the best for that kid. But just get to see how much joy this game can bring to people. It was very nice to see.
Yeah, it was very slick. Look, we got our first person ready to rip for us here. Look, I've known him on the Bird app for a little while now. He's a super supportive person. I've even sent him my work to have him look at it, and I trust his opinion. He's trust his opinion pretty highly. He's a Marquise Brown fan, which obviously everyone who knows me knows that's a fast way to my heart is to promote the Marquise Brown. But I know him as the Mad Jester, and my stuff is actually working today, which I love. I don't have to leave and come back to bring people in, which is like a really dope experience. But look, here's your first appearance at Full Tilt.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, introduce yourself, where you're at.
Hey, guys.
They don't really got to tell everyone where you're at. It's a little creepy.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, you're good. You're absolutely beautiful. You got the fish tank in the back. We got the skull and crossbones fitting for the first pick of the second round. Where you're at on Twitter, a little bit about you, and what were you looking forward to yesterday?
I was looking forward to 9 relevant fantasy players. It just fell flat, and it's what we've been thinking it was going to be for the last year. I'm glad I traded a bunch of my picks. I held on to a bunch of 103s, 104s, and it looks like that's not going to do much for me.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. Look, obviously, at FF Mad Jester is a Twitter handle, right? But I don't really want to call you Jester all day. what do you prefer to be referred to?
Mad Jester. It's close enough to Matt Chester. That's my name. I was on chat with y'all yesterday.
Love that. Oh, that was you. If I would have known that was you, oh my gosh.
Well, if I would have known that you were the one judging best comment, I would have placated. I would have known which direction to go. I thought I had some good ones.
You almost won it at 12:45. Like you almost won it. That was the time you left the first comment was 12:45, and you almost won the whole thing right there.
What's up, fellas? At noon.
Yeah, I was like, who is this? Like, I'm excited here, but somebody is more excited than I am.
Now you know, Matt Chester, Mad Jester.
All right, we got it. We got it. I love that. And since you're Mr. USFL in my eyes, someone that paid a ton of attention leading up to it, have you enjoyed the product so far? There's been mixed reviews.
I'd like to think of it like an experimental league. I like what they're doing with tracking the ball and with different camera angles, helmet cams. There's a lot of cool stuff that they're offering that NFL isn't, and hopefully, it might last, it might not, but hopefully we just get goodness out of it that can translate to what we love, NFL.
Yeah, I would love to see them use some of the stuff that they're, I guess, not advertising, but they're actually putting into effect now. The camera angles, I love the helmet cam. I think the helmet cam is sick. I love that. I think
that is a lot of fun, and hopefully they can have a little bit better refereeing, a little bit more less of the human fallibility taken out of it.
That would
the Wimbledon.
I love the live review. Like you can hear them discussing if something's going to be a major penalty or not. Like it's completely open and clear. There's no hush hush or anyone keeping it quiet. It's not a billion-dollar industry or company at the moment. So I love that. Oh, we got Trav. He's chilling here too. He's coming back. We love that. We love to see him. Second round is kind of, to me, more where value hits, I feel like, in the second round of the NFL draft.
Let's hope so.
Tom Lee, you're Mr. Falcon. What do you want here in round 2? I mean, do you like what they did? Like, do you like their pick yesterday? And what do you want them to do today? Who's on the board for you?
Well, I mean, it's not the most exciting thing, but we had two second round picks. So, I mean, the second round last year was really where I just faded my own team for a long period of time when they passed on Javonte and traded back and let the Broncos come up and get him. So that should
be for that.
Yes, I bet you're enjoying Javonte. No, my hope would be honestly that I think I was talking to Jacob about this morning. I'm happy if they go quarterback. You know, I mean, Mariota's in for 1 to 2 years. If a Malik Willis slides down to our second round pick, take the shot. Like, there's not a lot to lose. You know, still a top 3 prospects in this class, and if he develops into something, then you get yourself a very, very cheap quarterback. But I mean, if they're really going to put more offensive pieces together, I'd like to see a running back go. And classically for us, the offensive line is always just Swiss cheese. So if there's a few thick boys sitting around, I wouldn't mind that. We need defensive pieces. So, I mean, honestly, take your pick. As long as you don't take a kicker, I'm pretty happy with whatever they do today. And then about 30 minutes time, I'll renege on that and be furious with what they do. So, yeah, I mean, I'd love to see like an Isaiah Spiller or something be given life in the second round here, and really just mix things up and create some chaos for us in rookie drafts, because that's what I live for. So, yeah.
You are Captain Chaotic. How are you feeling right now? I mean, Lucas, I just want to – normally you guys are like, oh, quarterback this, and oh, my gosh, we need one, and oh, my God, what are we going to do? Drew Lock and Teddy Bridgewater. You're just chilling back and you're living life right now. What do you want the Broncos to potentially be doing? When are you looking for them to make a move?
This is just so much fun knowing that we actually have a franchise quarterback going into the next couple of years. Only thing missing from this really is the Raiders having a first round pick to screw up like usual. But, you know, I'm not going to be too picky with that. We do still have some needs, but it's all going to be going after the really high value positions. We could use another corner to pair up with Surtain, who I dreaded them picking last year because I wanted Field so bad, but whatever. I mean, I'm not going to cry anymore. And then
good. He's really good.
Yeah. And I mean, it would be nice to get an edge, but I don't see the value of the edge in the second round. So I'm expecting some trade downs, getting some picks for next year. And then we'll probably get a tight end at some point. But we'll see.
Baby. Let's go. Tight end 1. Tight end 1.
I would hate it. It would just suck because I'm really banking on Alberto to actually be something.
To be the guy.
Love it for the Broncos. Don't love it for my fantasy teams.
I don't love it.
It's exciting, though. I don't think there's anybody even close to Alberto in the draft this year, is there? As far as what they can do?
Well, I mean, I don't think Alberto is very good, personally.
Yeah, it depends on your opinion of Alberto. But
like, if
he says that before Jacob gets on.
Yeah, like
safe.
There are enough Jacobs out there that are already putting Alberto as a top 5 tight end, and he's done
on that pedestal.
Nothing. Yeah. So, good.
Also, we have a trade.
We got a trade and a pick, Tom.
Yep.
Okay, who do we got? Someone let me know.
So Logan Hall just went 33 to the Buccaneers, and now 34, the Packers.
Traded up.
This has got to be Christian Watson, right?
You reckon?
Why would they trade up for him?
Because they're
Pickens, Watson,
and they're bad.
Oh, do you want it, Tom? The picks us
Yep.
through.
Yep.
It is indeed what you just said.
Christian Watson.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Number 34.
How's he gonna do?
I can't wait for him to get drafted above Sky Moore in all of our rookie drafts, and we just get to sit
Watch
there and
Sky
wait.
Slide. Yeah.
Like, I'm kind of in on that. like I'm in on that personally. I mean, I understand if people aren't, but
Just think a lot of it has to do with
I don't
where
think
and
they had
Rodgers
to
does.
trade up though. Who did they trade up with?
Yeah, Vikings.
Vikings.
It's within division.
That's odd.
Mm.
Isn't it the second time they've done that?
Went with 3 receivers in the middle of the draft.
Sorry about that, everyone. I do have the audio here right now, but isn't this the second? This is the second time Minnesota's traded down in the division. Look, we got one more chilling with us. We got Ryan Devaney. He's writing over there as a fantasy footballers. He's doing his thing. I believe it was his podcasting debut last year with us, and we loved having him. Couldn't get him on yesterday, but he's in here today. We're already off to a hot start in the second round to pick. We've got me losing money. We've got Billy getting a receiver. Man, just crazy. We're going to bring Ryan. And the best part about this personally is not only does Ryan keep it simple with the jersey numbers behind him, 18, 18, 17, very, very tight together, tightly grouped, but you are coming in and I don't have to leave and come back. Like, this is my favorite part. Like, this is just, we're keeping it moving. There's no interruptions. It makes me so happy. Vikings, yeah. See, Trav gives it. Vikings dealt with Detroit yesterday. 2 times they trade within their division to trade down. Yeah, Maddie, we're caught up on the trade up to 34. We got that one. We're locked in. I'm not waiting. Yesterday I was waiting to get the audio in, but it's whatever. So now, okay, out of all the receivers, right? So Wilson, Williams, London, Dotson. Oh my God, Dotson. And now the Dotson pick had Chase Vernon reeling all night. He was here, and then they drafted Dotson, and it was straight down. It was
pull the carpet out from under him.
Oh, it was, and then obviously Billy with the defensive lineman in the first round. But now with Watson, do we know what they gave up? Do we know what they gave up to get him? Oh, Roger McCreary. I love that pick at 35 for Tennessee. Love that pick. Do we know what they gave up to move up for Watson?
I haven't seen that.
I could have seen them sending maybe Jordan Love and this pick for Debo and seeing if they could do a little swappy swap. But I guess they don't need him with Trey Lance, do they?
I was gonna say I definitely don't think they needed.
Yeah. So what was the offer yesterday? It was the Jets offered 10 and a third round pick for Debo, and it was turned down. So
the Green Bay sending 53 and 59.
Nice
to Vikings.
I mean, it's steep, but there's definitely not. There was going to be no real receiver there for him.
Apparently, they tried to trade up to 32 yesterday to get that done, but
that's weird.
C'est la vie.
Well, that is kind of. Maybe they were just like, "No, we're not trading with you." So
maybe they wanted that 5th-year option for when he turns 28 years old,
just to put him into retirement. Yeah.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers doesn't like rookie receivers, but does it count if he's 23?
No, I think that's the reason why he's the pick over Sky Moore. Maddie says, hate to take Watts over Sky Moore. I agree, but it probably is because Aaron Rodgers didn't want a young person to throw in the ball. What's in the glass? What's in the glass, Matt? I always got to ask when I see one.
It's always makers, but I felt like this was such a treat tonight. Joining y'all, I got some Woodford.
Oof.
Nice.
Okay.
Appreciate y'all having me. Thank you.
Oh man, we love it.
So the Jets have just traded up, Tom, with the Giants, so they're on the clock now.
Please. Yeah, I got the shout out PFF, PFF tracker. The Jets just traded up.
Yeah. So could we see running back here?
So the Jets traded up with the Giants?
Yeah.
You cannot convince me that they are not in the same draft room. With I said this yesterday on the show. The Jets and the Giants have done so well in this draft. They're definitely sharing a war room, and they've definitely hired an outside management company to take care of their draft for them because this is too smart for them. I would love to see the Jets take running back so I can yeet Michael Carter into the sun.
Yeah.
I've never been a Michael Carter guy. I've never, ever, and everyone's like, "Oh, Michael Carter could be an RB1." Nah, I don't think so, because Mike White's not dumping it off to him 20 times a game. When
That'll happen this season still.
So, what do we think? We think it's Brees Hall? Do we think Walker? Is there an offensive lineman? Sky Moore? Like, who could it possibly be that they're moving up for? Or Dean? I mean, Dean is still on the board. So the Jets moving up and getting Dean would be, I think, big time for them, especially with Saleh. So I think that's something to watch for. And then I believe, there's still Booth as well, but Booth's injury concerns apparently are dropping him down board. So, oh man, very interesting to see that. I would love to see who they end up getting. Already some craziness. I love that though. Ryan, you, sir, after watching the draft yesterday on the first round, what set you off?
Can you hear me all right? I got my
you're
new
good.
mic.
Yeah, perfect.
All right, cool.
You're good.
So I hated Jameson going to Detroit. Just hated it. I was looking forward to getting him on a lot of teams, and I don't know. It's really going to test my talent over situation stance. So if he fall, I'm hoping everyone's going to feel the same way, and I can snag him late in rookie drafts. But
so, do you reckon he perceptively moves up, Ryan? Is that what you're saying?
what was that?
Do you think he moves up in people's minds because of the draft gap?
Brees Hall.
Oh, what?
Brees Hall.
No.
Goodbye,
No.
Michael Carter.
All right, so he can still be the 101.
Michael Carter is dead. Oh,
exciting to
Carter
Brees?
is dead.
I wanted it to be Isaiah
Yeah.
Spiller.
Never loved you.
I like that. I
So
like that
long.
fit.
Get yeeted. Get yeeted.
The Jets
Oh,
low key are doing good things.
Very well. Yeah.
What did they spend on him? What? Oh, I need to know what that trade was.
146 they gave up to move up 3 spots, Tom.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh my
Nice.
God, the Jets are crushing.
Nice.
Yep.
They
Well,
are.
like you said, it's the same
Money
draft.
on that? I don't even give a shit.
How did they
I
even?
don't
They
care.
made 3 first-round picks, and then now they got like early second, right? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Wow.
All Jacob is doing is laughing.
Oh gosh. So fun note about the Christian Watson pick. So he was, of course, the first wide receiver in round 2, but he's also the first wide receiver to get selected after Burks yesterday. So that's actually the first time in the common draft era that 6 wide receivers went before the 20th pick.
Interesting.
Yeah. What a run! It was
Really
crazy watching them fall.
Billy has to be scared about you coming for his stat corner job.
I can't do a stat corner. I'm just going through and going, oh, that's fun history.
When's the last time they had a QB not selected until 20?
Oh, 1997.
We went over this.
Wow.
It was
Ooh.
Chad Pennington, I think, right?
No, 97. Crap. In 97, the quarterback got selected at 26 overall. I can't remember the player it was, but 26 overall.
Oh, damn. So that's worse than Manuel. That's worse than the 2-time comeback player of the year. Chad Pennington did it for 2 separate teams, the only player to do that. And Lucas is losing his
My cat just knocked over my
Just
microphone.
taking us on a tour of the room. Just showing off the goods,
Yeah.
Lucas.
well, he's got that Tennessee money right there. He's got that volunteer money over there.
That's great.
Doing that. I think I'd love to get Jacob's react. All I see is him in all capitals laughing. So I think they traded
Could be
up.
anything with him. He could do
I don't
some
know
mocking
if that's
anyone
because they traded up for a running back, which is probably it, given his discourse. But or it could just be that Michael Carter is gone because he's also not a Michael Carter guy, to say the least.
So the Texans went
Or
with
it
Jalen
it is definitely because he doesn't like Michael Carter. As I'm looking at his Discord right now, where I'm about to harass him. So long, DB.
Well, that's good. I
Love it.
just told someone to trade Michael Carter for 24 first, so I feel better.
Oh,
They got away with that?
That's so easy.
Oh, good for
Yeah.
them.
The New York Giants have traded the 36th pick to the New
Darrell
York Jets.
Revis.
With the 36th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft,
Hear the crowd.
the New York Jets select Breece Hall, running back, Iowa State.
Kind of a dead reaction.
I'm really upset that we can't count on bad organizations to make bad picks right now.
Well, I think it was bad. I think it was bad that they traded up to get him because they jumped teams that I don't
They
think.
jumped Houston, which is the main one.
I think that was
That's
the
why,
really important one.
But
And the
then-
Falcons have now just traded
then-
up, Tom. So they're on the clock.
But then Houston moves up and takes a Baylor corner.
Yeah.
Like, so if they wanted a running back, they could have just taken Walker, unless they had Breece Hall that much higher than Walker. I don't know if that was.
And Walker would have been fine. He's a great runner, and they've got Michael Carter to catch.
Come on, Falcons. Don't
But they
I
didn't
mean,
give up
I
anything.
just mean the
They gave up
Texans.
nothing to do it.
Yeah. No, I agree, but it seems like a weird move. And then I don't know if I like that pick by Houston at 37.
You know what
What
I
is it?
thought was a really weird move, and I didn't see many people talk about it, but Minnesota trading away 20 spots and only gaining a few on like the second round selection.
back end.
I thought that
Yeah.
was so weird.
And they got an extra fifth or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Something-
something
I think it,
really low. It was
something
really
low.
because I mean I know last year the Bears moved up 10 spots and traded away their two firsts, and
but remember
I don't know.
so, and it was for a quarterback. So like, I think the difference is everyone wants to move back, right?
Yeah.
Like this is one of those classes where it's like when you're in a draft startup, right? When you're a rookie, when you're in a dynasty draft startup, and you're in a room with everyone like myself and Tom Lee and Jacob, where we all go, all our picks are on the block, like or
Just
Matty
trading
B,
back.
everyone.
Yeah.
picks
That's
on
why
the
low key I might like auction now. I might be stuck on auction.
I can't auctions with Cam, man. I can't do it. Like they're too much for me. The trash talk is great, but it is hard for me to keep up.
It is
but-
hard, but I kind of enjoy it because it does get exhausting when every time someone goes to make a pick, they throw OTB in the chat,
Mhm.
and then you wait 4 hours and then they make a pick.
Nothing happens.
So are the Falcons taking Sky Moore here, Tom Lee? Is that what's about to happen?
Like I said, man, there's plenty of holes.
They did trade in front of the Bears.
No,
they did jump up over the
not.
Bears.
I do
Oh,
like
I will
Malik
be
sitting
so
behind
sad.
Mariota for a year.
Edge rusher. I can't even enunciate that. They took an edge rusher. They moved up. What did they give up?
114.
Okay, again, these trades are reasonable. What is with these trades now being reasonable?
But do you need to trade up to take Arnold Ebikiti?
Yeah, exactly. I
Oh,
wasn't.
is it the Penn State guy?
Yeah.
I wasn't. Yeah, the other Penn. Yeah, I wasn't gonna try to butcher that name.
It's only,
I know.
only 5 picks, but do you need to trade up?
I mean, maybe.
I feel like with a lot of these teams, they're going in. They had so many picks. So what is it to them to start
Yeah.
moving a couple? They know
Yeah.
that they're not going to have 15 rookies on their roster,
Yeah.
or they're not
Okay,
going to
cool.
draft 15 players. So might as well go up, get the people you really like, especially whenever it's such a buyer's market, to go in and get really good deals.
Hmm. So then, okay. So obviously the Bears, they're coming up. The Falcons, we know what their pick is. Bears are
Yeah.
next. This is Sky Moore. Then, like, who's the
I
like?
hope so.
You have to think it's receiver, and we all love Sky Moore. So they're not going to pick Mechie over Moore. They're not going to pick Alec.
It
Pierce.
is the Bears.
It'll be
Although-
Pickens.
Pickens?
Oh, Pickens.
That's what I think.
Okay. Pickens before Moore? Oh, no. Then Seattle's definitely going to take. I could see Seattle going. I think a Walker Ritter back to back, I think would be absolutely hilarious. It would be very hard for me not to laugh my ass off right here in this chair. But with the Bears coming up, it's got to be receiver.
Gotta be.
It has to be unless like there's no tackle here to go and grab. There's no guard here to go and grab. It's got to be. I'd be absolutely stunned.
Yeah, I'll
mean,
celebrate Sky Moore, but I don't really want George Pickens. To be
How do
honest.
you really feel about your boy? I'm happy they moved up, but are you happy with who they grabbed? Tom.
Sure. I don't know who he is, but we need edge rusher. I mean,
You do.
look, man,
Yeah.
So
if
he
we
was
could flip the pressure on our quarterback to pressure on the opposition quarterback, be a completely different team because it's just been atrocious for years. I don't know, man. Like I said, there's just so many holes. So like, it's not a disappointing pick until we see him. So if he's
he
got a bit of
just
juice on the
transferred in
edge,
from Temple.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
he just transferred in from Temple to Penn State. Had good, solid production there. I think that he'll be really good as a situational edge rusher coming off the bat. But I mean, you say yourself, they're arguably the least talented team in the NFL right now. Go in,
Yeah.
start getting people at premium positions on rookie
Yeah.
contracts, and see what they can do.
Yeah, go best player available. I mean, like, just because selfishly it's an open spot for us to have a running back if they take one, it makes no sense to go and do it. Like last year, if you're going to push for it, made more sense, and that's why I wanted the Javonte pick. But this year, fuck, man, just either trade back and keep acquiring, or pick the guys you want and see how they go.
Dean is falling down boards. Like Dean was he's PFF's number 19 rated player on their big board, and it's now definitely, I think, a decent amount into the second round. Nothing. I'm trying to look through Twitter to see what's going on with him. I see nothing. I got nothing. I think teams are kind of crazy, and I just want Baltimore to trade up now at this point. Like,
It's because you're taller than him, Tom. That's why he keeps falling.
975 fourth-round draft picks they have at these prices, and just move up and get him. Pair him beside Patrick Queen. It would be, oh my God! Like I need this in my life.
Yeah.
And
the Bears took a cornerback, by the way.
Oh my gosh.
Tyler Gordon. Oh my God! I need to DM Steven Johnson. Where are you?
That's so annoying. Literally, they're gonna just watch Justin Fields fail.
I just messaged them. What did they just do?
Oh my gosh. That's why I'm a Chargers fan now.
Switched allegiances?
Yeah.
I survived the Kyle Bowler years. I don't think I could ever switch sides.
You all have always been good. We had like
that is
3 or
not
4
true.
years. I feel like as long as I've watched football, I feel like you guys have always, like, majority of the time, been a legit contender.
We've been pretenders that have made the playoffs a lot, but legit contenders, I disagree. So there was the Billy Cundiff wide left because he's an asshole kick. Paired with the Lee Evans drop in the end zone that would have.
I'll raise you the double doink.
Yeah, Bears. You're right. You did have it worse, but I also I had to survive bowl. I'm making a case for not switching sides, Tom Lee.
Yeah.
You are so fired.
Look, I am getting older. I need happiness in my life, so I'm gonna enjoy watching the Chargers play. I'll still be a Bears fan, but I need something. I can't. I need something to root for.
Hey, I loved Jay Cutler. I mean,
from what it was, he was different, but he got hated on a little too much. But
need Ritter here, folks.
Different.
For my money, which is really what I care about. I need this. I need this so bad, and I want to be able to draft him at like 202. That's what I want. It's a good situation. Yeah, Seattle's there right now.
Ooh, you are so far ahead of me.
I'm not watching it on the live tracker. I've got the PFF live draft tracker up right now, and then I've got the delayed NFL draft where we're still talking about Arnold there from Penn State.
Thomas, if you get your wish, how soon do you want Ritter to start there?
Day one.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? Either your team,
into the fire.
Either your team's
how much can you...
dog shit, and you're drafting and replacing him anyway because he's a second-round pick. The Buccaneers burned a second-round pick. They just burned money on Kyle Trask last year.
Yeah.
Minnesota burned a third-round draft pick on Kellen Mond. Just to
I burned a second on him last year.
Yeah, so you can just burn draft picks on quarterbacks and reset. They have 2. It's possible. I'm not saying it's like not nothing. They could just draft another good player, but second round pick, you're taking a quarterback that you hope can play. Yeah, I would do it. And
You
starting
don't want him to learn behind lock for a year.
what's that?
You don't want him to learn behind lock for a year.
Learn what not to do, maybe.
Yeah, this is how to throw the ball away to the opposition.
But look, how many other starting spots for a rookie have DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett? And
you're
Noah
absolutely right.
And a coach that will run the ball 472,000 times a game and consecutively. Like, you want that. He's mobile enough to get away. They got their bookend left tackle now in Seattle, which is great. They have a decent offense, and the defense is going to be fine enough. And then for fantasy purposes, again, he's got all of those weapons. He can rush. He's, kind of Konami. Not kind of. He's one of the more athletic quarterbacks in the class. I'd rather them take him. I would, yeah, and Willis is fine. I would take Willis here, but for my money,
yeah, sure,
on Ritter. So yeah, let's go. Second quarterback off the board. I have Ritter, and I have Ritter to Seattle. Those are two bets that I've made.
Can you still parlay them?
What's that?
Can you parlay them?
No, it's too late. I think it's too late.
So I did the same bet that you did yesterday. What was it? Drake London. I think it was minus 115 first off the board. Put too much money on that. Didn't put enough on the other one. I put 300 on the London one, Garrett Wilson 2, and that's 6 times my money. But if I had parlayed them, I would have felt a whole lot better. It was just a dumb mistake.
Oh, for sure. See, when I got London first receiver off the board, it was plus. Oh, I think it was still plus 350 or plus 400.
Oh, I was on the wrong site.
Early, and I mean early, especially after his combine where he didn't run stuff. Like it was. I put it up early because it was Burks. Burks is number one. Burks number one at the time, and I smashed it. So I made
that quickly changed
there. What's that?
The Burks number one was like, it was just really escalated the opposite way so fast on Twitter, at least.
Yeah, well, again, listening to the hive minds on Twitter is a really fast way to screw yourself over in drafts. And I look, there's obviously a ton of different information. There's a ton of great information out on the Bird app. I learn a ton all the time. That's obviously why we are here. But at the same time, you do have to trust yourself, and you do have to go off. I'm not going to say gut-alytics, but you do have to trust your own decision making at some point.
Oh yeah,
Tommy's laughing at my gut Olympics. Yeah, exactly. What time is it?
That's what makes the game fun, though.
It is. It has. Exactly. It's still fun. It's still fun.
There's a ton of really good information on Twitter, but the month before the draft, there's proportionally no good information on Twitter at all. So it's nice to just take the month off, which you're not going to do because you're just going to stay up manically swiping your phone and hoping you find out something new. And you're just not going to. You're just going to get swept into the Traylon Burks down draft, and we just don't know. We're just making stuff up for the last month. Here we are.
I think that the last month leading up to this, it was more about me going back and talking shit about my own information. Like, I think I sifted through, where did I screw up? Do I actually believe the things that I'm spouting, all the garbage that I'm spouting? Because it really helped me adjust. I don't think I've made a fantasy trade in weeks now because I'm just so busy doing everything else for researching and things like that. I think I'm seeing a lot of questions if Breece Hall is still 101. I think Breece Hall still has to be 101.
Yeah, I mean, with the quarterbacks, there's no quarterback I think that deserves
so then, 102, I guess maybe Walker, depending on where he goes here. So far, we've been absolutely lied to about this early run of running back. Absolutely
so
lied.
bad.
Yeah. So
bad. We're at 36. We don't know who's 102 yet.
Yeah.
Where do people want Breece Hall to go to, if not one of the sort of 3 or 4 main areas that would push him out of 101? Like, I don't know for anyone out there whether they had a landing spot changing Breece Hall at 101, but to ask the question because he went to one of the spots that had a clear
Houston.
had a
I
clear
think
opening.
I'm even worried about Houston for sure. But to move him out of I don't know.
Yeah.
At that point, his athletic profile is so good and his production profile is so good. How do you take him out of that spot? Period.
Like if you were already concerned about that before, you probably didn't have the 101, and two, you don't have the right to comment on Breece Hall because he's going to go. Like it's 101 and 102. You haven't traded for it because you have concerns. Don't worry yourself with it. Just let it go.
And Seattle's taking over.
Let someone else get the talent. Like
Yeah, the upside is just too much to pass on. Like especially with the 101. I mean, you want that upside and what he can become. Everything shows that he has that potential. So yeah, everyone can bust, but like he has that. I don't know. And he has less red flags to me than a lot of the others.
Right? Like
Lucas,
it's not like
you
deciding
said
between
somebody
two
was
people.
doing magic. You didn't tell me it was Chris Angel.
Oh, that's who that was?
Some bum magician.
Just a fellow with a hanky.
Angel. Like I think he's a douche, but it's still not.
I
just
still don't understand what was even happening. He was just spinning.
Yeah, that's all it was. I didn't know what to think. There's just a person spinning on my screen. I went, "Oh, all right."
Just see him like spinning like 100 miles an hour, and his hair is flipping everywhere. I don't know what's going on.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
It just I'm seeing in a league we're in actually, Ryan, I believe. Yeah, we are. They're putting up Rio put up Michael Carter, and that's
what's he worth now? What's he worth? And what are you getting rid of him for?
Nothing. I'll pay a seventh round pick if our rookie draft has.
That's it. You wouldn't pay 302 just for a chance at a nice handcuff?
No, I don't pay.
How about this? What would you pay for Madison? Is he in that range?
Nothing. I would take him. I would take Madison. Look, I believe in this. There are like 2 handcuffs I want. One of them is AJ Dillon, although I guess his handcuff now is Aaron Jones.
He's starting on half my teams.
So no, exactly my point. And the other one is Tony Pollard, because he is one of the few people who statistically is fantastic as a backup. And if Zeke went down, you're actually getting league-winning weeks from him. I know this because I lost in the semifinals to the Tony Pollard San Francisco game, and it ruined my back-to-back. So
they both have standalone value also, and there's a little trick that if you're in a league with that counts return yards, Tony Pollard's killer. Tony Pollard's adds a ton of value. Maybe another 5 points a game.
Edge for Seattle. With their first pick, I swear to God, if you don't take Ritter, oh my God, I'm gonna yeet. Oh man,
why would they take Ritter when they have Malik? Why not take both 2 and 3?
I mean,
go Wildcat with it.
It's on one of these bets. I don't care. This is crazy. Minnesota and that's not bad. Building from. Oh my God, Jacob's gonna get Sky Moore. Jacob's actually going to end up with Sky Moore. Oh my gosh. And then let's see. You get the Colts. Then the Giants aren't taking another receiver. I could see the Browns taking receiver, but I think the Browns would end up taking Dean. I want Dean if the Ravens are there at 45. I might lose my shit if they don't take Dean. Please trade up.
I don't even know who that is, to be honest.
You don't know who he is?
I don't know defensive players like at all. Like it's so crazy
that way.
I've never played like an IDP or like, and I've really just as I've started to do like content like creation, I just have no time to look into defensive stuff.
Look,
it was fun watching
Georgia. So he has to care
get
about
like
defense.
It's not even that. Look, I'm still kind of an old head when it comes to how I look at the game. I explained this on Front Yard Fan this morning. Yeah, I explained this where like I've actually run a combine, right? I ran the college combine. I ran it. I did all that stuff. I've been in a film room. I've scouted. I've been an offensive coordinator. I've been an assistant head coach. I've had to go through all this stuff. I still enjoy watching football to watch football. Like at the end of the day, on Sundays or Thursdays or Mondays or when it becomes Saturdays, I still watch football.
Fridays for you.
Tom Lee.
So I take it you're not a red zone guy.
It's my third option. I'll have 5 screens on Sunday, and Red Zone is one of my. It's there, but it's not number one.
Yeah.
I always have the Ravens game on. That's number one. That's on my main viewing screen, so I can absolutely talk shit about Roman.
Did you see that pick, Tom?
Kenneth Walker.
Who picked him?
Seattle.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Man.
That is interesting.
Are we
might-
Penny now?
He might be the 102, 103 now.
Are we?
Yeah, I'd say so.
That's an interesting spot. I really didn't want him,
really
but the way they run the ball over there.
No, Penny. Bye.
I hope Penny gets his career right, but not that it's his fault, injuries and all that stuff. But
They might not even start Drew Lock. It might just be Penny and Walker in the backfield.
Just Wildcat.
And
That's
Pete
so
Carroll
interesting.
saying, you know,
Just sweeps
Oh
to
my
next
Pete
up.
Carroll the Wildcat.
We're getting Sky Moore. So we're getting Sky Moore in Indy. We have to be getting Sky Moore in Indy.
I want a quarterback in Indy just to mess with Jacob. I want so much.
Yeah, I'm with you,
Please.
Lucas.
I
We
was
can't
almost
give
so
Jacob
out.
everything he wants. All right. We got to have a little bit of fun.
We already do.
That's true. Yeah, 1,000%. I harass him on a nuclear level on a regular. I follow him into multiple discords.
Leagues are not happy with Kenneth Walker, by the way. My phone's blowing up.
You don't think?
Just with outrage. Going, why would they do that? What a waste of a pick. They've ruined
Because
him.
Penny sucks.
Yeah, I do. I'm with you boys. Team that loves running the ball.
Penny
But they
always
hate their system, though.
They always do that though. They did it with Jonathan Taylor behind Marlon Mack. Like everyone was like, CEH is. It just I don't know.
See, I don't like the
Seattle's
system,
commitment
though,
to
for
the
Walker
bit
and
is
Seattle.
unrivaled.
Okay.
Ben Gretch. Seattle's commitment to the bit is unrivaled. Oh my god. That's friend of the show, Ben Gretch, by the way, at Yards Per Gretch. I'm gonna see if I can't pull Chase.
So what were you saying, Lucas?
My phone is going
I
crazy.
don't like the fit for Kenneth Walker in Seattle. I mean, it's enticing because, you know, they do love to run the ball, but there's such a power run scheme. And you put somebody in there who just he doesn't have that burst through the hole immediately ability. He wants to walk around, find the gap, and then go through it, not just power his way through. So I don't know. And then
But if
also
we're projecting, how long is Pete Carroll going to be there for? He can't coach till he's 175. So you got
Well,
to
it's pretty close now. So.
see, I've been saying about that with Nick Saban and the SEC for years now, and he still breaks my heart every single year. So who knows?
Yeah, that's absolutely insane to me. So
What do you think, Brian? What do you got?
Wait, did someone say my name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell
What
me.
do
sorry.
you reckon about Walker?
I like it. I'm probably still taking Drake London over him. But I mean Traylon, I don't know what I would do, honestly. I like it. I mean, regardless, Kenneth Walker was a little down, obviously, because we don't know about him catching the ball. So, but the way this class has gone, like, I could see. I think he's definitely a top 4 pick now. I mean, top 4 or 5.
He went to a team that runs excessively. The problem
They
was
don't have to burn him out year one. They don't have to burn out Walker year one. They can burn out Penny.
Right.
Yeah.
100%. You're right.
Yeah.
Learn to pass block. And I think this is Chris Carson now. He's done now.
We got to trade
Another trade, yeah.
No, who traded up? Baltimore.
Vikings.
Shit.
Yeah, the Vikings traded up.
Oh, Jacob's not going to be happy. Oh, Jacob. Oh, oh no. Hey, but does this mean we have another Superflex quarterback? We have a Superflex quarterback now in Drew Lock. Like, that's locked in now.
Yeah. It's I don't know. Quarterback position's wild right now.
Oh my gosh!
There's so much instability. Like,
But that's a free Superflex pick. That's a free Superflex pick. It is right now, unless he actually loses out to Geno Smith. I don't know. This is Alfredo Brown. This is the take I think is hot. Alfredo Brown, obviously very smart individual with the football guys, says Kenneth Walker in Seattle is greater than Breece Hall in New York.
No,
I think that's a hot take for me.
I won't go that far.
But I think the people that love – so this is the thing. I think the people that love Walker love Walker no matter what. I think it would be hard to argue with them over his landing spot no matter where he went.
I mean, it would have been nice, I guess, thinking back, like, for Walker to end up on a team that is actually going to probably win more games than Seattle will because of the nature of running out the clock, all that kind of stuff, if they're going to be down a lot. So that part does kind of suck. But overall, I mean, for a guy who's not going to catch passes, it's hard to be too picky about a landing spot.
So we've got the 42nd overall pick and 122 for 53, 77, and 192. Another great move by the Colts, but Jacobs, I don't think he's going to be happy.
You see
Did the Vikings pick yet?
Yeah. So they took Andrew Booth.
Andrew Booth. I
That's
actually
a good
like
pick.
that one.
Yeah.
I do like.
He was mocked to them a lot in the first round. So to be able to get him 30 picks later.
So Sky Moore is out then for the Colts. I don't think he makes it. And I refuse to admit that Scott Barrett was right. Also, friend of the show, Scott Barrett. I refuse to admit that he was right with Sky Moore, wide receiver 10. I am not going to give him from now on. Every player that I think is going to get drafted, it's just Sky Moore. Every team from now until he's drafted is drafting Sky Moore at every pick. Period.
It's not hearing about him, and I watched the tape, and I think Khalil Shakir is better. I think he just looks better. I don't understand after I watch tape why Sky Moore is so high.
He has the highest. He has the best profile in the class.
I just don't watch tape, so
it's just elite production. Yeah, that's all it is.
Steven just didn't expect him to pull the trigger. I think Watson pick fucked him up. Focus on your show. I'm watching. Hey, Steven. You have to be watching. You can come on in here. I told the guys. So this is the thing. I told the guys when the Bears make the pick, because we had talked so much about me joking about Alec Pierce going to Chicago in the second round just to send you into the stratosphere. That them not picking, not only refusing to pick a receiver, but picking a player that not a lot of us, offense focused fantasy players have even really heard of. So I had to check in on you. I had to make sure you were doing all right. But look, now we've got the Giants on the clock. They've crushed it so far. They traded back. They weren't going to take a running back, obviously, with quads there. Who do we have here? I mean, again, two players I'm going to constantly keep saying is Dean, because I think it's egregious that he's still on the board somehow. And then obviously Sky Moore because they need a receiver. I don't know. These are the same two players I'm going to keep hitting on.
I don't want Sky Moore in New York.
They took a receiver, but it's Wan'Dale Robinson.
Oh,
wow. Oh, wow.
Interesting.
That makes things fun. Wow.
I wish this isn't coming true then. Oh, gosh.
No way.
I am scared for Sky Moore. How far away?
Wow.
Jacob has two wolves fighting inside, and they're young Joka and Wan'Dale.
What the?
And it's just whoever gets fed more.
Holy I'm what the
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Jacob's gonna be insufferable.
Yeah.
Hey, he got the draft capital. That's all he's wanted. He said,
Oh
"Give me
my
draft capital on the
draft
guys I
capital."
like."
Oh
He
my
has it.
God.
I feel better about
Jacob.
in our initial rankings putting Wandale Robinson above.
Oh yeah, he's already
Pickens now.
tweeting at the Podfather.
What's
He's
that gonna do for his rookie draft capital?
He's 105 to
Do we
Jacob.
like him?
Yeah, none of us look at him.
Like I'm not even
no.
kidding.
No, you might be right, man. That's
You're sneaking him into the first round now.
yes, 107 sounds good. You know, after Walker, since Malik's gone, you got about 4 or 5 good receivers. Dotson's gone.
I cannot.
I
believe
couldn't make that pick. I'm trading out. I
No, honestly, that's what it is because nobody's taking Kenny Pickett in top 7.
So do you guys?
I mean, maybe.
I'd take Kenny Pickett over Wandale.
Oh
Yeah, you have to. I
I'll let
guess.
you know at the end of the second round.
But you got the 2 running backs now. You got about you got the 4 good wide receivers, and then it's just brutal.
Yeah, I
100% exposure. He is on another level. Why don't we have him on here for the show right now? Where are you,
Who?
Jacob?
Oh, where did he go? I saw he was jumping on a plane.
Yeah, I think he's flying home. I think he's flying in here to Winnipeg right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, I am stunned. I am taking such a fat L on that. And look, the Browns are picking, and normally I'm like excited and talking shit and I'm wishing them the utmost worst case scenario for them at all times because absolutely their fan base, all of them, well, like 90% of them. But I can't even focus on that. Pick 43. Pick 43. Wandale Robinson. Jacob is not going to shut up about this. You know what? I'm on the show. I might as well start making his Wandale graphic right now. We're live on air. I'm just gonna start by making that graphic. That is
he the outsider that's in the New York underground bunker making these choices?
Yeah, he's the
It makes
analyst
sense
that
at
they
this
brought
point.
in.
He's the guy. Yeah.
Remember when I said that they hired an outside firm? I'm wondering if it's Jacob's firm, and he's doing the trigger.
Oh man,
that is. I am beside myself currently.
Good for them. Go and do it. Why not?
I gotta say, I like this pick so much better than Tony last year, though. I really do.
Oh man.
Oh, at least Wandale Robinson produced. Yeah. At least he produced in the SEC. Tony didn't even produce in the SEC.
Let's
thinking, Tom, our ADP shows are going to be a nightmare for this rookie class.
It really is
so widespread. It's fun.
But you guys have been doing this for longer than I have. As far as like dynasty drafts, like how often do we have super flex leagues that we don't know really when like a quarterback's actually going to be taken? Like I don't know how far Malik's going to fall. I mean, I know we're talking 101, 102, but if he keeps falling in the draft, people probably are going to stay away. So how often does this happen? This is crazy to me.
Again, like this draft class, and I said it early, really reminded me of the Ponder type draft classes, right? Christian Ponder, Manuel, Hackenberg, like these level of quarterbacks. So not often. Usually there's at least one, right? And it was Pickett this year, but there's one that gets reached for almost every year.
I wonder if Pickett will get.
The badness of this class is literally generational.
Yeah,
well, it's a generationally bad because 2013 and then 1997. This is the worst class since 1997 when it comes to QBs.
Right. I think part of it is teams have watched quarterbacks get traded up for and reached on forever, all the time. Like they get reached for constantly, and every year we're laughing and joking. Look at that with Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones got reached for, and they got absolutely torched for it, and it set them back to where they're at now, taking Wandale Robinson.
Browns are trading their pick to the Texans.
Okay.
It's got to be Dean, right? Right? Anyway.
I love every single time the Texans come on. they are showing the team needs, and it's literally every single position on the team. And that makes me so happy that they're saying this team sucks, they're garbage, they have nobody to build around, draft anyone.
But I love that the Texans are moving down, they're moving up, they're moving around. And I think going back to what I was saying with quarterbacks, you're seeing management shifts. You're seeing GMs shift. We're getting younger. We're getting smarter, more analytically driven. And teams are not willing to throw the 4 first-round picks up to get Jared Goff. They're not willing to go and spend all these big, ridiculous trades. Now, last year was a little bit different, right, with Trey Lance. But I mean, I still think to this day that Shanahan was held at gunpoint.
We still don't know that he wasn't going for Mac Jones. And
I
believe
that he was going for Mac Jones.
Yeah.
But
he could have stayed there. I got it.
So do the Giants move? Barry is asking a question here. Do the Giants move Kenny G and Tony now? I don't think so. I think maybe Tony because they were talking about trading him already. But I don't think they want to move any of their wide receivers. I think Dabble wants an offense to play around with, and it's something the Giants have not had since Ham, right? the Plaxico Burst, Manningham, Giants offense, right? Maybe
Plaxico Burst.
Plaxico, yeah, Plaxico.
Oh man,
like on these Jetterbop. They moved up for Mechie.
No,
Canadian Mechie above Sky Moore is dead. Sky Moore has to be dead.
Yeah.
Chiefs. You they get Chiefs again in the second round. It'd be great.
Mattered.
I mean, the Chiefs. I mean, the Ravens.
He's gonna be great on the Chiefs.
Mechie.
It's a long day to come, Tom. This draft's so even after
Baltimore can draft Sky Moore right here.
Yeah, people. I mean, we had Amon go round 4 last year, and it's still
Let's go.
I mean, like if you're on round 2 and you're in a spot that I like, I'm still happy to take a lot of these guys.
I agree. This is insane. So now John Mechie's going to end up moving up like draft boards, or he can end up staying
into the second round for people, or like.
Well, he was already a second round pick in my opinion. Already a second round pick, but these
but like the everyday player, I'm not sure John Mechie was sitting on anyone's board in that second round.
He's an Alabama receiver that's kind of good at everything. Like he's going to be good in Houston. He's the number 2 now behind Cooks because I can't even remember his name. He sucked so bad. Nico Collins, is terrible, and I never understood the Nico Collins thing.
I fell for the Nico Collins thing. I'm not gonna lie.
You're Mr. Receiver.
It's easy.
You're a receiver that hits that size and speed.
Baby. Last year, I fell too much in love with like the big body potential alpha receivers. I let that get to my head.
Yeah.
John Mechie, Canadian John Mechie. Man, Junior.
It's because everybody else last year on Houston wasn't tiny. They were nobody. Chris Conley. Like, yeah, you really hope Nico Collins can do something.
Unbelievable that they took Mechie. I mean, this goes to show. We're sitting here, we're doing mock drafts, we're doing rookie stuff, we're touting this guy, whatever. And all of a sudden the NFL goes, yeah, you. Like, we don't care about your decisions. Lucas, you got to take off. Go do what you have to do. Come back. Take your time. Go and do what you have to. Okay, Baltimore.
How long are you guys going to be on tonight?
We're doing the entire second round. We'll see about after that, but we're for sure doing the second round 100% because we're lunatics.
It's currently 10 a.m. here, so things are not pressing on a Saturday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Barry, I hope so. I really hope so. I really do. But I'd prefer Dean here. I really would.
Are you related to Dean? What's the Dean background?
No, so here's the thing. He was projected to be. But I think that he was projected to be a top 20 pick in the NFL draft, and he's falling, right? And the Cleveland Browns got a linebacker last year, and he ended up being one of the best defensive players in the entire freaking league. Yeah, I know, because he ruined the Ravens multiple times. And there's another player that fits that bill. That's literally, it's falling right to them. And this is the type of player they would end up getting: the number 1 rated off-ball linebacker. They get the number 1 safety and the number 1 center in this draft. in the first and second rounds for trading Marquise Brown. Like, that's just what they do. That's what they do. And please don't pick Pickens, because Lucas won't shut up about it if they do.
I think the other like surprising thing about just the Mechie pick, and it's just popped up with a tweet, he's coming off an ACL recovery. So like you have to have him pretty high above all the other healthy receivers to then trade up and go and get this guy over what you perceive everyone else is going after. Like there's no guarantee he'll be ready for training camp. He should be, but it's astounding.
We also I've just been reinformed that Matt Donnelly of the Dynasty Vipers, we're actually broadcasting right now, did call Kenneth Walker to Seattle yesterday on yesterday's show. He said that was coming. So shout out to him. That man nailed so many picks at the end of the show yesterday. The mustache works magic 100%. I'm trying to get a hold of Jacob right now to see what he's up to. I need to get his reaction on this.
He's flying over your house at the moment. What's the?
He might be. I know he's tweeting. He's probably got the Wi-Fi on the plane.
He's hooked up with that law firm money, the Wi-Fi in the air.
I don't know. That lawsuit money is a debt, so I don't know. I don't know
I don't know how Canada works. So, I mean, like this is
the Canadian system. Oh, David.
I might need to hop off soon, but
go, man. Whatever you need.
You guys are hanging out, I might come back on if you're cool with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, David Ojabo.
I like this, Tom. I mean, hopefully, obviously, the Achilles, but
this is a very them pick. I don't like that they don't have a usable player this year. That I don't like. I don't love that. Man, this kind of sucks. I'm a little bummed now. I feel a little sad boy. I'm sad boy Tom right now with that pick, because they're smart, right? He was easily a first-round pick. Easily a first-round pick.
Who got who?
Baltimore drafted David Ojabo.
Okay.
And I don't hate it. I'm just sad boy. I'm just big sad boy right now.
Who are you guys following right now for picks for up to date?
So I have the Pro Football Focus live draft tracker going.
Yeah, Mario Mayorov is the other one.
I think you have to have like a subscription though, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, we have too many subscriptions probably. Who did you say, Tom Lee?
So Ari Mayorov is the other one. And he's normally a minute or two ahead of the live draft.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
He'll be responsible for ruining most people's anticipation.
Hey, man, good for him. He's got all the info. Oh, what do you got? What is it, a little crawfish there? What do you got there?
Little crawfish, yeah. So you asked where I was from earlier. It's New Orleans.
I knew you were in Louisiana. I just didn't know where, because I remember you were out going pretty hard on Mardi Gras.
Of course.
Yeah, you're going a little hard on Mardi Gras. He's just eating that crawfish.
That's a real crawfish. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's how they do it.
Beautiful.
You don't get that here. You're not going to get that here. We're in the middle of nowhere in Canada. There's no water around us. So you have to go to the other side of the country.
Yeah, I just don't feel like spending a fortune on a plate of prawns to eat it. That's the
In Aussie land?
yeah, delicious, juicy, massive, but yeah.
Hey, so with Washington coming up, what do you all think about them with all the running backs they hosted? I think they were the most or second most or something like that.
Yeah.
Are you thinking, like, is it a real possibility they go high with like
You
Spiller?
make a good point, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I was terrified about that for Brees because I'm hanging on to 101 in one of my drafts, and honestly, nothing past that is worth anything.
I suppose it just depends who. Like, there's no one here I think gets ruined. It's just if you're a real fan of one of these next few guys, you'd be a bit sad. For Tom, it's probably James Cook.
A lot of people are saying Ojabo is the
Yeah.
pick of the draft from what I'm seeing. That's interesting to me. I don't know about that. We need Lucas out here scamming the. Oh, yeah, he's right here. I say we need Lucas in here, and he's right here. Love the Ravens pick. There you go. You're getting full tilt commentary from people who are not here. So there you go. We're all over the place. Josh Pascal
Sure.
is the pick for the Lions, so they get an edge rusher. He is kind of
very Dan Campbell.
6'2", 5'8", 268.
Get him in the weight room. He'll be fine.
Yeah, no kidding. Working out with that dude. He's going to get him his 9 Starbucks or whatever he drinks. But 2 Kentucky players taken high in the second round. I don't remember the last time I saw that.
Probably the last time the Cowboys had 2 high picks.
Yeah, well, probably. Look, we got the Commanders up on the clock. I don't know. Dotson was really crushing yesterday, and they're a horrific franchise. So they don't do anything right, and they mess everything up.
So where do you reckon Dotson goes in rookie drafts then? Because he's still going to go somewhere, right? Like someone's going to take him.
I think he's going to go high with that draft capital in like casual leagues.
He's that classic player. People aren't excited, but they know they have to do it at some point. Yeah. So
that's what it is everywhere, man. Every time I hear a name, I'm like, oh well, hopefully people get excited about him, so it'll push down.
Yeah.
Nobody. Yeah. Nobody at all.
I don't care. If you got to pick, cool.
Like maybe like the 106-7 range.
Yeah, probably.
He's athletic. He's athletic enough. He's got the age. His dominator rating was 90th percentile.
He's a good receiver.
He's not awful.
Senior though, right?
It's not exciting.
Yeah.
So
he's good, but
108 is probably where I'm willing to reach on him at that point.
Yeah.
Probably
would take Christian Watson over him.
No, I wouldn't take Watson over him.
Would you trade the 102 for a random? Would you trade the 102 for a random 23 first?
Ooh.
It's tough.
This is good. This is the Jacob style conversation.
It's rough, man. It's rough.
Pre-draft it was 106 or a random.
If it's a random, so they're all kind of random, right? So I don't like the projection of like, oh, you're definitely going to have a late 23 first. Because I had somebody do that to me last year. Like, your team is great. Like, why wouldn't you trade your first round pick for this mediocre receiver? And sure enough, Henry went down, Saquon went down. Like, my whole team got hurt, and I'm now drafting 104. And I'm like, that's why, dumbass.
Yeah, sure.
So
hard to project. But one little trick, though.
I don't think you have to move 102 for a random 23-1. I think you're always going to be able to get that like a little bit extra. You give me a little bit extra, and I would probably do that.
I agree.
This year.
I agree. I mean, you think of the. I don't do Devy a lot, but just from the players I've seen, I mean, Kayshawn, Jackson Smith, however you say his name, and then the quarterbacks. I mean, that's already 4, not inclinging obviously Bijan, Jameer. So I mean, I'd trade the 102 for any of those guys.
Yeah, I know. Just don't tell my league mates, but you're right.
And that's just the handful off the top of my head. I don't know if Tank is if his stock is falling. I feel like I've read some people are a little down on him. But
whatever happened to Master Teague, man? I was so excited about that dude's name.
Yeah.
You gotta pick that
Master and Tank. I want my 2 running backs be Master and Tank. That'd be cool.
The name ranks, but like, yeah, I probably would, because next year you got Stroud, you've got Young, you've got other prospects, right?
Backs,
Jackson,
2 or 3 wide receivers.
Beyond
quarterback will pop as well. There'll be one that people aren't looking at.
And think about it, like, people are going to be taking Olave and Williams and Wilson in the top 7. They were all outproduced by MSJ.
Yeah. But then not
just worth it.
Yeah, and not just that, right? You've got again, Tank, Beyond, you've got so many other great players. So now your random 23 first has a super high chance of being anywhere from that 104 and beyond. And I'm willing to take that. I'm willing to take
the move as well is.
Would you?
Sorry. You go ahead.
Would you really be disappointed if it ended up being next year's 108 and you did get MSJ over Olave at 3?
Oh, you're not going to get that. I think he's number. I mean,
we say that. We say that.
Yeah.
Take your worst case scenario though. I mean, like this year, you could look at 102 down to 112 or 201 and add a random 23rd first, and that's already, like we're saying, value wise, probably a win, let alone adding the extra pick. So, I mean, that's the move you'd be looking for from a value point of view.
Now we got the Saints. Well, Bears are on the clock now, and again, receivers got to be a thing for them. Like,
if the Bears or the Chiefs don't pick Sky Moore, then it's
dead. He's done.
It's over. Like,
it's nail in the coffin. I agree,
and that is tragic for me because I was pretty high on him. I don't know if he'll fall as far as Amon-Ra St. Brown did, but
yeah.
I remember last year I was so high on him, and then the DC just wrecked it, which it worked out okay. But
I also love that Pro Football Focus has Malik Willis, Ritter, Howell, Dean, and Sky Moore as their
next best available.
Their thumbnail picture for their draft show, and it is not going well for any of them right now.
It's crazy.
Like, there. Oh yeah, we got a Puppo.
What's up, Buggy?
Puppo, second round pick. I mean, this has been like I can't really complain with the Ravens draft so far. I'm pretty happy. Like,
Ravens are great.
An elite edge rusher that he tore his Achilles, but you give him a year, I think they'll be fine.
If he can get that healthy,
that's what good teams do with extra picks. They get players that are going to produce later on at elite levels that they're getting for discount prices. And maybe not even elite. So if he can become a 7-sack-a-year player in the second round, you're fine with that.
Yeah.
This is a Jameson Williams comment.
Absolutely. Come on. What are you doing? Got my cat trying to interrupt the broadcast currently.
Oh, yeah.
Much like Lucas's did. Mine's not wrecking anything yet, which is good. The Bears are whittling this down all the way down. They took a while to get their decision. So we'll see what they do.
I'm gonna make myself a cocktail.
Yes, go.
There you go.
The fact that they
I'll take one.
I'll take a large za, please. Wouldn't mind.
Gotcha.
Look, while we kind of have you and your crawfish, man. Look, I'd never eat pizza if I was there ever. Look, while we have a minute, I just want to shout out. I'm gonna pull it up because we did announce our jersey giveaway winner last night, and I want to shout him out. He's been super supportive of the show for quite a while, and like we had to repay him for that. So we definitely wanted to. That's Derek Hale won our Saquon Barkley signed jersey giveaway. We'll be shipping that out to him this week. That's at DERRTY1187. So again, shout out to Derek Hale. Just again, love the support. Jersey is yours. Signed Penn State Saquon Barkley jersey, heading your way.
Oh, the Penn State one.
Yes, had to get when he was good. I think that's important to note.
It's a good segue, Tom, because speaking of Penn State, the Bears took safety Jaquan Brisker.
Oh, good. So we need offensive line and we need a receiver to help Justin Fields develop. So we took a corner and now we took a safety.
Yeah.
That's
what did I say yesterday? I am scared for I shaved my balls for this. There you go. I was scared for Fields the second they hired a defensive minded head coach.
Yeah,
and this is the outcome. This is it
I've
here.
been trying to pivot from Fields in a lot of leagues that I have him in, just because I don't I'm not giving him away, but I'll trade up for a Justin Herbert. I did that in one league.
What'd you give?
No way.
I
got Sean from the Hot Wings or Hot Ones. Sean Evans.
He's here.
Bears pick. Yeah, to announce the Bears pick. There you go. That's
really
about that pick. It's not the player.
I gave Fields, Devontae Smith, and Michael Pittman for Justin Herbert.
That's
awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm a huge Herbert fan, obviously, because I'm a lifelong Chargers fan. But the thing is,
this tonight.
Yeah, it's so bad. I just what are we doing? And it's so bad because I do genuinely believe Justin Fields has the talent to be a decent starter in the NFL at a minimum, and they just don't they're just gonna ruin his career. Dude's gonna be on the run constantly, get injured, no one to throw
Who's
to.
the last good? Now I know there's been a bunch of different regimes, but who's the last good Bears quarterback, or who has there ever been one?
I mean, yeah,
Of course,
Cutler. Before Cutler, it was Kyle Orton was probably the last one. It's been a disaster. I mean, it's the quarterback wasteland. It's so
Cam's not happy. He had tweeted, "Bears skip Pickens again. I'm going to lose absolute composure." Cam's on one. He's not doing well. He's not vibing with this draft for them.
I've been trying to get him on the Chargers bandwagon with me, but he just apparently enjoys pain and suffering.
Yeah.
So I saw something with Pickens that he might have been involved in a police matter over a weekend. The same thing that I can't think of his name, but the Georgia running back who just got arrested. He might be involved in that matter.
Oh, shit.
Just recently?
Well, I just recently saw it, but yeah, that happened in the past couple of days whenever he got arrested.
So everybody's problem with Pickens it's not been his talent, it's been the fact that he's got issues, locker issues, off-field issues. And if he can't hold it together right now, how can you risk it on him? You better have a serious luxury pick to be able to do that.
Yeah, you definitely can't. There's no way you can. He's gonna fall. He's gonna fall probably out of the draft if that's the case, for sure.
I don't think his production was even it wasn't anything special.
It wasn't.
Not Lucas.
He's an undersized 6'3" or 6'4". I don't know. I don't like it. But I'd rather take him than, Jaquan Brisker.
Yeah, I agree. I had to send Lucas away because he was going to start with his anti-George Pickens rhetoric, and I couldn't have that as the content creator and coordinator for this program. I hope you learned your lesson in timeout.
I muted my mic just to be safe, but
you got the ban anyway. So far, this second round has been kind of lackluster. I think
not as the first.
Well, the first round, I think nothing was going to touch that. So now you've got New Orleans on the clock, and then let's have a look. See, we got New Orleans on the clock. They could use an off-ball linebacker. You got Kansas City. They could use another receiver. You have Philadelphia. Oh, that was Tom Lee. I was like, where did? Oh, I think he sent a message.
Yeah.
I can't hear or see Lucas, he said. Okay, he's going to come back. You got Philadelphia. They need a lot of things. They can't really just point one out.
Do they?
Yes. They still need secondary. They do need a linebacker. They could use an interior offensive lineman. So we'll see what they do. I don't think there's just another safety on the board. Pittsburgh. Oh man, I think their team's actually way worse than people think it is. And then again, the Colts are right back up. So again, the Colts could end up winding up with their guy anyway. I don't know.
Sky Moore.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who their guy is now. But apparently, I guess Sky Moore didn't check the boxes for people. Mechie.
Wasn't Sky Moore linked to the Chiefs pre-draft a while ago? Wasn't that?
Yeah.
I saw Calvin Austin linked to the Chiefs.
Oh, no way.
I don't know. It was just one of the things been reading this week. And I saw
Mecole Hardman 2.0.
If Calvin Austin and Wan'Dale Robinson go in the second round of this draft, I quit. I'll never do this again because I can't fathom that happening. My brain can't fathom it. This has been an absolutely insane draft. So let's look at it this way. We've got one quarterback gone. We've got two running backs gone. 600,000 receivers are gone. We've got the number one tight end still on the board. Insane to me. I mean, maybe the Saints to go QB here. I mean, they could go QB here. I could see that.
Well.
Oh, that would be awesome.
At this point, our Dynasty Superflex drafts are going to look like one QB drafts. It's
Alontae Taylor. Cornerback. from Tennessee.
Go Vols!
Vols representing now in the draft. Finally. Alontae Taylor, cornerback, Tennessee for New Orleans.
I wouldn't be surprised if they try to use him at safety, honestly, and just try
Probably.
to put an uber athletic safety back there because he always profiled better at Tennessee as that, but Tennessee's been really bad for a long time now. But we're getting better, and they just had to use him at cornerback because he was just that athletic and literally had no other people on the team to field. Just go back and watch the Music City Bowl against Purdue, and they threw for almost 500 yards, and Taylor wasn't in that game. It kind of shows it, but really good pick there. Another person I was really hoping the Broncos would pick up in the third round, but
so you're saying the Saints got a difference maker?
I think so.
Well,
they need a safety.
Moving to safety with Marcus May back there, I think that's really going to help because Marcus May is a little limited in his range, and I definitely think Taylor can give him some range. But Kansas City's back on the clock now. Ryan, you had mentioned it, and I did say it yesterday that your super flex drafts are turning into one QB. At this point, it's a one QB draft.
Yeah,
there's no spot
going at 109.
What's that?
Like, how far does Malik fall now? Like that.
I'm not drafting him. He's
crazy.
He's dead
like
to me.
People are debating 101, 102. Like I wouldn't take him. I don't think I'd spend a first rounder on him.
Here's the thing with Willis.
Maybe late.
Willis's value was completely baked into him going in the first round.
Yeah.
Everything you saw for Willis's value is completely baked into the second round. If you put all of Willis's metrics and his prospect profile and put it with a second round grade, he plummets hard.
Well, he's just Ritter now.
Yeah.
Ritter, I think, is better for second round prospect than Willis is with his production profile. Like, it's insane.
This is just crazy to me. I didn't expect this. I knew the quarterback class was weak. I mean, we all knew that, but this is kind of mind blowing.
I thought maybe Howell would get in at least to this point in the second round. I love seeing this. Teams are not reaching for quarterbacks. And I absolutely am loving to see it. Like, it sucks for us, but sure, absolutely it sucks for us. But I am loving seeing teams be smarter with their franchise. They're being smarter with their money, and they're not reaching for these guys. Now, of course, I say that, and someone's going to absolutely reach for someone. But I think, oh man, who does Kansas City have left?
Are they going to? Can you call it a reach when we expected maybe up to 3 to 5 in the first round, and now we're reaching at the end of the second? It's not really reaching more now. It's just a luxury pick or luxury picks because it's a bare landscape.
That's a good point. So let's just keep running for quarterbacks. Okay, so we're not going to get one between now and 58. So we've got 58, maybe 60, but I don't see Tampa Bay doing that for a second time.
Again.
And that's it. That's it. New England on the clock. 50 got traded. New England traded up. Indy trades back again.
No, that was KC.
That was KC? Oh, sorry. I apologize. I'm looking at – oh, that's 53. I got you. 50, KC trades back again. Man, they are eating – they must feel good with Juju, MVS, and company, and Harden.
They shouldn't.
I feel good with Juju.
Really bad about Sky.
I feel like I'm one of the very few people that actually think Juju can be a pretty good player again.
I'm stoked, man. I'm really excited about Juju.
He's in a good spot. He's in a good spot to do it. I'm trying to pull up rookie rankings at this point, so bear with me.
Oh, is this where we see Dean go finally? They're in front of a team that needs him. So
something. I don't want New England to get a good player. Stop.
I don't want Tom Lee to go.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I need to look this up. Oh my God. There we go. Because I need to see who's left to be a difference maker in the draft for fantasy. This is insane. 50th pick. So we're doing pretty all right. We're about halfway through. God, this is nuts. Let's go.
Who do we expect to be gone by now? Not quarterbacks, not running backs. What wide receivers are still there that we thought might? We thought Sky Moore might be a reach, but we were hoping. But who else?
I mean, Pickens, but there's so many unknowns with him. I don't think anyone really realistically saw Alec Pierce going at this point, but I mean, it's definitely another person who was getting some more hype throughout the pre-draft process. He tested well at the combine, but I don't know. It felt like a lot of wide receivers win the first round, but only 6 went.
Shut up.
Tom, sorry.
Right.
There's no way.
What happened? I missed it. I was on my phone.
Almost ended the show. I almost accidentally
I thought your
hit the button.
I thought your screen was frozen, but it was just you.
No.
What is happening?
Tom Lee, give it to him.
Patriots select Baylor wide receiver Tyquan Thornton, the 4.28 speedster. Yeah.
Dude, Bill Belichick doesn't know nothing about receivers.
He's done. I think he's done.
Yeah.
Time to text Brad. Let's text Brad right now.
It's so nice for 3 days a year being smarter than the smartest man in football.
Yeah.
Easily.
I got to jet off, Tom. We'll catch you boys later. It's been a good one. I'll catch the rest of it.
You coming back tonight?
Probably not today, but there'll be a full tilt wrap up at some point. Possibly tomorrow. We'll see how Tom's health is.
We got to walk about tomorrow.
Physical. Yeah.
Nice to meet
See
you.
how we go.
We got to walk
Good
about.
stuff, fellas.
What the?
Dude, Sky Moore's.
What's his
It's
name?
over.
What's that dude's name?
Tyquan Thornton.
Yeah, no one knew who he was until he ran a 14.
PFF user picks linebacker N'Kobe Dean was the favorite pick according to PFF's people. Fans. Unbelievable. Now, call me dumb, but they don't. Third round is tomorrow, correct? Day 2 is just
No, it's
Third round's
tonight.
Third round tonight.
not doing the full day. I mentally can't take that, and I think my wife will actually leave me.
That's why my girlfriend's on vacation. She said, I can't handle this. I'll leave you be.
Mark. Nah, it was Thornton, man. It was Oh, where's David Bell? I don't know where anyone is anymore, Barry. I give up.
I kind of expected this from David Bell, though. We kind of got the sense that it was going to happen. As much as I didn't want it to, it's sad. I love his talent, but
Yeah, his production.
This year, nobody was excited about anybody that we were hoping to get in the first round. We were hoping to just get a ton of value in the second round. And there's just
now it's
not
all
even 109 beyond should be all third round picks.
But I guess one way to look at it, in my opinion, is really your rankings shouldn't really change then. All the players kind of fell where they were going to fall. They just all got lower draft capital. So take your drafts, keep those same players pretty much in the same spots, and then just minus the draft on like all of them. Realistically, but nothing has really happened enough to really shift and move anyone in their pre-draft rookie rankings. Not really. Maybe Walker, but like a lot of people already had him as 101, 102, 103 anyway. London, okay, we kind of expected him to go to these places. Wilson, we expected him to go. Olave, we expected him to go. Watson, second round pick, easy money. You could bet that for sure. A lot of people hopefully did. I know I definitely did. So they're kind of all falling exactly where we thought they would DC wise. It's just maybe not what we would have hoped at their ceiling. So expectations to ceiling to reality were two apparently really different spots. Yeah,
I think that's a really good way of putting it.
I just think we're all really disappointed. I think that's the problem. Center Cam Jurgens goes to Philly. They've got their Kelsey replacement. I swear to God. And same thing, PFF user picks. N'Kobe Dean.
I'm I'm gonna buy you a Dean jersey.
Malik
Sounds like
Willis-
Did we miss
Malik-
the Kobe Dean tweet with him with a bong mask?
I don't. Maybe.
I mean,
Oh, fans for Baltimore wanted Travis Jones. I understand that. That's fine. I get it. Travis Jones is still on the board. I'd like Baltimore to move up. They don't
so.
pick six.
For no reason at all, Tom, who do you think is going to be the one there in New York Jets? We thinking Garrett Wilson or Elijah Moore?
Probably Moore. I think Moore. I think Moore was a better prospect, better player.
I'm bummed with that answer because today when I was doing my all right, let's see how many shares of Elijah Moore I can get. You had 2 of them. And then a couple of the other ones, Cam had one, another Elijah Moore lover had the other. I was like, well, that was pointless. I got to stop playing in these leagues.
And I kept in those auction leagues. I kept getting them for $9.
I love
Like
it.
$8. Yeah, $8, $9. Because I would just
That's a
Our
fourth round
auction
startup.
league.
That guy.
Our auction league made no sense. No one knew what they were doing. We
I had a great team, and then we had to redo it. It's bullshit.
What are you talking about? I wasn't there for that one.
No, you weren't in that one, but one with Cam where it was glitching, and Dak got nominated twice,
Ooh.
and then other people couldn't bid, and then it was just a joke. And I had a boss team. My team was so good, and then my team was not that. I had Jalen Hurts for under $20 in that league. Very upsetting. Very upsetting. How many people have already got rookie draft scheduled now for this week?
I got one on, or we've got one on Saturday.
Oh shit, do we?
Let me ask you this: with the upgrade and with the downgrade of the draft picks this year, and the upgrade for Hurts with AJ Brown, 103's I'd send it, right? I mean, even without the security of its future, you send 103 for Hurts.
Yes, I would.
Easy.
I was already sending 2 firsts for Jalen Hurts prior to today.
You send 103. I got 103 and 104 in my favorite league. Am I sending both? Because I don't think so.
No, God, no! Don't send both. But 104.
Mhm.
But he just got AJ Brown. I don't think there's any way someone's letting him go now. I think that when that ship
I
sailed.
wonder if I can get Hurts for 103 and Brown for 104.
That I would do.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, I would do that.
That'd be real fun.
100% do that.
I couldn't even. I need to look back on your guys'. I wasn't watching when that happened. I need to look back and see your all reaction when AJ Brown got traded. I could not believe it.
And none of us could believe it.
It was
No.
very quiet, I believe. I mean,
It was,
just
it was,
pure
it was
shock.
a quiet room. Like
Did
no
you-
one knew what to do.
Did you guys see Mike Vrabel's reaction?
No.
Did you guys see Mike Vrabel's reaction on Twitter? He basically got it from the table and like threw his headset down and started like shaking his head and shaking his body. He was not expecting.
Oh, so he wasn't. Oh, wow.
He wasn't in on it. Mm-mm.
Hmm.
Oh my
I never understand
Pickens
that.
went
Like,
to the Steelers. Pickens went to the Steelers. Oh, I love that.
Pickens and Pickett.
now
Pickens and Pickett.
I'm in because the Steelers somehow just know which receivers end up like their history is just.
Sure, but okay, go fight for targets with Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool, Freiermuth, Najee, and now Pickens.
I was
I'm
mainly
not
just.
This
Juju.
just tells me I already wasn't going to have any shares of
I have
Pickens,
0
but now I really won't have any.
I have 0. I will have 0 Pickens now. None.
I
Let's
doubt
give
it.
it
I have like
209.
no second round picks anyway. So.
209, yeah. 208.
209.
Nah, probably higher than that.
Bunch of seconds
Play
this
the
year.
odds,
I
play
just don't know what to do
204.
anymore. 204?
Yeah, probably 204. This is
I stocked a
So I've
bunch
got-
of 201s, 202s. So here's one thing, one little strategy thing that I thought was kind of weird. 201 is worth about half on the trade market of what 112 is. So it's been my favorite target all year, and I thought I'm going to be getting Sky Moore, Desmond Ritter, maybe James Cook if he gets draft capital, definitely George Pickens. I was lining up all these guys, and I don't know who's going to fall there, and I don't know who I'm going to want anymore with all these 201s that I got. It's gross.
I can't believe Alec Pierce.
That's who Indianapolis got?
Oh no!
Yes!
Oh,
Alex
Jacob's gonna be so mad.
No.
Jacob's gonna be
How's
so
Jacob gonna feel about
mad.
that one?
Oh my gosh. I can't wait until they come on later on tonight because I think Billy said he might hop on and Jacob might hop on. They might just be afraid to show up at this point with how this is going.
Jacob's anger is going to be worth sticking around for.
Alex, you might become a Giants fan by the end of today.
Yeah, joke.
Oh my gosh.
That's interesting.
Alec frickin' Pierce. This is unbelievable, guys.
Are you ready for Calvin Austin? I'm so ready for 54 to be Calvin Austin.
Stop.
At this point, I want the madness. And if people are going to keep pushing Sky Moore down, I'm going to get him wherever I can.
Sky Moore shoot somebody? Did he run somebody over?
I'm completely out. The thing that sucks is I have him in a league already, but
Chase Claypool's making the Steelers pick. That just makes it so much better. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and Jacob said, this is my hell. Oh my
gosh. Thomas, thank you for having me on today. I appreciate this.
Oh, of course.
Oh my thank you, Thomas.
Thanks for our yearly annual
meeting of draft.
Yeah.
So, dude, you got to start with full tilt too, huh?
What's that?
I said he got to start from full tilt also.
Yeah, well, no, I wouldn't go that far. It was just his first pod experience. So hey, I mean,
yeah, I jumped on. Then I kind of moved to. We were building a house, and I moved to an apartment, and I didn't have any room to do anything, so I couldn't start videos and all that stuff. We just got into that new house, so I'm hopefully going to be jumping on a lot more often on these types of things.
You got 3 jerseys behind you. You're ready.
Yeah, I got a Chase one on the way that's replacing Deontay Johnson too.
Why don't you put them all on the wall? They'll fit.
Oh, man, yeah, awesome.
Maybe, I don't know.
Oh my God. Chase is giving Jacob shit right now for the pick. And I just tweeted at him, you guys took Dotson at 16, and like that was my reply. Oh my God. What is happening? The Bears passed on him. The Chiefs have passed on receivers and traded down. Everyone has passed on Sky Moore.
Malik Willis is still on the board.
Sky Moore. The Chiefs just took Sky Moore at 54.
No, they did? Yes. That is
so
literally a scenario.
Round 1, Sky Moore still lives.
Go. Okay.
Thomas,
I'm excited, but I hate that too.
Why?
I need you to sorry, go ahead.
Well, because like I wanted to get him at value, and I think what they did earlier on was lessons learned, and the lesson learned every single time was bet on the talent, not the landing spot. I was going to bet on that talent wherever he went, but now people are going to go, oh, he's in Kansas City. He has Patrick Mahomes, and the Chiefs, and now they've lost 63% of their air yard production from last year. Somebody's got to make it up.
Sky Moore, baby.
So he's realistically going 109 now.
We're back in the game.
Exactly. You're exactly right. Yeah, we're right where you should have gone.
Which makes me upset now.
Back in the first round. We're good. Whew. I was getting worried. My heart was hurting just a little bit. Oh,
that is best case scenario for what could have happened. Because if they passed on him again,
I think personally, best case scenario would have been Cowboys at 56. But yeah, Kansas City is a little scary. But I don't really care about Juju. I definitely don't care about MVS. I super don't give a shit about Mecole Hardman. So I think Sky Moore is better than all those guys. So,
right,
McBride.
Oh,
where'd McBride go?
Arizona drafted Trey McBride.
Ooh.
You know what?
Okay, now we're getting it going.
I like that spot.
Ooh, yeah.
In the extension, but he is older than dust. So a couple years by his third year.
So are the other
time
four
tight ends
of the
usually
top
become
5.
relevant.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like so are the other top 4 of 5 tight ends. They're all 30 something.
Well,
yeah.
Hold on.
I'm not a fair position to rank the same way.
Either you're skipping Mark Andrews or you're skipping Kyle Pitts. And
yeah, you're right. So
If-
4 of 6. 4 of 6. Is that fair?
Yeah, it's better. All right. Thank you. Thank you,
got
sir.
Kelsey, Gronk, Kittle, Waller, and Ertz. Those dudes are going to ball. They are. And now I wonder if I can trade. Those are of my top 7. Those are there, yeah. And if you want to go top 8, I'll put Aquagbunum, so you can shut me off now.
Interesting. See, my in order is Kyle Pitts, Mark Andrews, Travis Kelce, Kittle, Goddard, Waller,
Oh, yeah.
And insert
You
whoever.
put O in top 6.
And maybe Gesicki. Yeah, Gesicki probably at 8 too. Yeah.
I'm gonna be if I'm sitting on there on the draft board and the best looking guy is Trey McBride, I'm sending him for Ertz.
Yeah, I'm willing to take Trey McBride. Trey McBride's right back there in the start of the 2 now for me. He's right back at 202.
So
okay,
which pick
I'll send you that pick for Ertz every time.
So which pick were you all on the fantasy walkabout? Ertz was one of the topics of conversation for who would you trade, and I think it was about the 208.
Yes,
I think
208, 209. Yep.
So, I mean, I haven't seen anyone going that high on him, but I don't know. I'm realistically that's going to be something that people are doing now, and it's funny they're on the same team.
I would trade for Ertz. Yeah, I would trade for Ertz and then draft McBride.
Sure.
Of course I would. I'm team draft tight ends. Like I will draft every young tight end in every draft because you need one of them to hit. That's all you need. You need one of them to hit, and then you have an advantage.
What about non-premium?
Yeah, same thing.
Still same concept.
I think tight end premium is kind of a fallacy. I
don't like it.
I think
you just got to play it differently. You got to downplay touchdowns. You got to uptick usage.
I don't think so. I think it's the same. I think because if the premium is for all the tight ends, then none of the tight ends really change in ranking that much. Like really go through and look at the difference of those players between tight end premium and then not. Maybe the Tunyons fall a little bit, right? Those 10 touchdowns and that's all they have. But other than that, for the top tier guys, it's not that big of an advantage unless you have one Waller type season where he also scores 13 touchdowns. But he also catches 90 plus passes. The advantage isn't really there. I'll still, if I don't get any of my top 4 guys, I won't touch the tight end position till the end of the draft. I have teams where Granson is my tight end 1, and I'm not kidding. Because I'm not paying up for mid-tier, late-round tight ends. I won't do it. I refuse. You will cut me across my entire body and then pour lemon juice on me, and I will let you before I reach.
Nobody wants to do that to you.
Sure, Ryan. Ryan, take off, man. I see you say you got to go. Take off.
Yeah.
When you come back, I'll still be pissing and moaning about Travis Jones.
Yeah, for sure. I'll see if you guys are still on. I'll jump on if I can. Appreciate you having me. It's nice to meet you all.
Yeah,
hey Ryan, how do I find you on Twitter?
What was that?
How do I find you on Twitter?
So I go by Why Do I Even Try FF?
That's you. Cool, man.
Yeah. Sometimes fantasy just makes you ask yourself that. So it's just been my motto for the last 10 years of my life. So, but yeah, hit me up. I don't know. I'll see if I'll hit you with ball back. I honestly don't know if I follow you or not. So hit me up, and it was nice to meet you. And I'll definitely interact with you all more.
Let's do it, man. Love it.
Yeah,
coming out, homie. Get ready for the next Cam draft. It's coming after rookie.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited.
Let's go, buddy. I love it. See you in a bit.
See ya.
Cheers.
So Trey McBride off the board. Dallas is up. Man.
So they finally showed the Sky Moore pick on my TV, on like the actual broadcast of it. And I believe you mentioned earlier, and what is your name again, Jester? I'm sorry. Man, it's been a long time.
It's Matt Jester on fantasy, and it's Matt Chester in real life.
Matt Chester. Okay. For some reason, I thought it was Chad, and I knew for a fact that I was wrong. But Matt, you mentioned earlier you had some issues with Sky Moore's tape. And you were like, okay, he's good.
There was no flash.
Yeah. So the thing in watching his tape that gets me and makes me just a little nervous is that I never saw a consistent separation from him. For somebody who's
Yeah.
at the mid majors, I didn't see that enough to where like he vaults into where he is for Jacob, which was I think wide receiver 5 right before this.
Oh no, did he say that?
Yeah, I think he was wide receiver 5 for him. So
That's so weird because Jacob's been I mind meld with Jacob a little bit, which I'm really proud of, on players like Ayuk and Laviska, where they've got like serious body control and acrobatics, and it's really exciting to watch them. Sky Moore's not that, which might be a good thing if we're comparing him to Laviska.
but
Well, he's a better player than Visca Chenault. Like, let's be perfectly honest. He's a better player than Visca was, better prospect than Visca was, better production than Visca had.
yeah, so that is the things going for him is he has an elite production profile even for a mid major, and he is really exciting after the catch. He consistently dominates people after the catch, and so while I would like to see a little bit more separation, seeing that I feel like that translates anywhere. And we saw with N'Keal Harry. I mean, and maybe that's not the best example here, but he didn't separate in college. It's hurt him in the NFL, but he also didn't get those yards after the catch that everybody wanted him to. And so even if you can't separate, I mean, you're not going to do anything with the ball. So
the only knock on Sky Moore is that he isn't from a Power 5. That's the only.
Saying, look at the production, but against who?
Good enough athlete, hits all the production metrics. He's just not from a Power 5, and I'm willing to take that risk. If everything else checks out, I'm willing to take that. How can people be willing to take a shot on Christian Watson, who, when you watch him play, struggles to just do the basics as a wide receiver? Big, tall guy, run fast. I don't care. I've seen enough of that. There's MVSs all over the place that aren't good.
Kevin White's.
And now you got a 29 to 35-year-old wide receiver coming in his rookie year to Brandon Weeden it up out there. And it just how can you be more into taking a shot like that? And when we talked to Scott Barrett, that was one of the things we hit on. That was Watson and Sky Moore 1v1. He was willing to take the size, speed, ability of Watson. And I just think one of these guys that are from Power 5 have to work out. Like, it's got to work out at some point. Mm-hmm. And I'm just willing to do that. And it's all systems go for me now. All systems go for me on Scott. Like, I was worried if he fell to the third round, I'm gonna
let Dirty keep his jersey from yesterday, but I did call Sky Moore to the Chiefs yesterday, and I'm still happy with it. And I think that was the favorite spot. In the second round, I don't think that his draft capital is going to fall further in rookie drafts than it did if he was going to go in the first round. Yeah. He's still going to be 107.
I agree with that. We're going to end up having Chase Vernon pop in. We are going to have Jacob pop in. Yeah. He will be popping in, so we are ready to go.
Oh, hello. Here they come.
Big Sexy back at home, it looks like.
I am, yeah. It's
Jersey's
sad. It's a sad time right now. I don't even know. I should have ripped this off when we took that total lug of a Alec Pierce pick. That was depressing.
It can't be all W's, but you got the W on Wandale.
That's true, man. That's like
at least all your Joka shares went down.
Where's Billy? Because like I need to own Billy's ass for Wandale going round 2.
Oh,
I think he's now going to avoid the show for the rest of the
like that's probably the biggest victory that I'll ever have like in my life was how much shit you and Billy talked about there being no chance that Wandale would get to go on day 2, and he's like, what was he, the second wide receiver drafted tonight? Crazy.
I think so.
Behind Mechie.
No, he went.
Things I want to talk about. So this round has been wild to me.
Yeah.
Jacob Dean is still on the board. I'm wondering if he, I don't know, punched a security guard, stole an old lady's purse. I don't know what he did to deserve this, but Trey McBride went to
I saw that.
for Dean. And I actually love the McBride landing spot for sure. Arizona is pretty much one of the top tier spots you could have been Ertz is old. He's under contract, but he is old. So by the time he's traditionally ready for a breakout, right? So you're taking him.
And
Jacob is
Arizona's notoriously amazing at second-round picks.
Jacob, are you all systems go on Sky Moore now? Did he?
Oh yeah. I mean, I was always all systems go. I'm a little bummed that he went to the Chiefs because I think he's going to become virtually unattainable.
Yes.
So like the only plus side is, so if he went like first round to the Chiefs, then he's probably the 102. And then he's like really unattainable. Because he went as the 13th wide receiver off the board, I think that there's a chance he's still available in the late first. I will draft him in the late first every single time. I was talking about this on the last show I was on. So I just came off Carp's show, and we were trying to figure out like what we were going to look at in terms of tiers. And we felt like there'd be this tier that Sky would fall into from 1-9 to 111, which would be him and Dotson and Watson. Because we were thinking it's going to be Brees 101. I think we'll see what happens with Walker, but probably Walker 102, or maybe he ends up in the mix with some of those other wide receivers. But then we'll see some mix of Wilson, London, and Burks, probably to 5. Olave, Jameson, Pickett, I think, make up the last of the top 8. And that's when I think we start seeing the possibility of, say, a Sky Moore ends up fitting in. So I'm happy to take him at that price tag. Don't get me wrong. But it's definitely like, if you went to the Colts, I would have preferred that, because then I could have got him potentially in the early to mid 2. I don't know. What do you guys think? Where do you think he ends up?
So for me, like I said, I was still, this is all system. I was honestly starting to sweat here on this broadcast that he wouldn't like get drafted at all, and he did something horrific. When you see, oh my God, Thornton go and Mechie get traded up for, and
Tyquan Thornton trading up for Tyquan Thornton.
That was absurd.
Belichick is done now. I think he's just done now with his pick yesterday and then today. This could be arguably one of the worst drafts they've ever had.
This is what he always does. He always does this. We have, all right, so I literally just put up a tweet over there. This is his Patriots wide receiver selected in the first 3 rounds since 2000. N'Keal Harry, Aaron Dobson, Taylor Price, Brandon Tate, Chad Jackson, Bethel Johnson, and Deion Branch. The only guy in there is Deion Branch that's any good. But this is what he does. He takes these wide receiver prospects that have no business going in the first 3 rounds, and he takes them because he thinks that he's like some sort of wide receiver whisper. I don't even know what he thinks. Like, it's absurd. It's maddening, like the issues that the Patriots have at wide receiver, and they don't bring in maybe a specialist to help them draft wide receivers. Like, it's crazy to me.
Let's run this
if he
down.
wants to relive his magic, he just should trade back to 199 every single year. Because there's no use in him picking anything before that.
Let's ask this, right? So you're looking at a Superflex now that we know where the majority of these players are going. And Superflex drafts, like I said yesterday on the broadcast, Superflex drafts are basically 1 QB drafts now. Like, that's how you have to look at them. You have to look at them that way with this class. What did Lucas, you say 1997 was the last time the first quarterback was taken at 20? Or later, 1997. That's insane.
EJ Manuel 13 at 16, and then the only person later than that is 25 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. So you're looking at 101. I still think 101 is Brees Hall. I think that's pretty clear. I couldn't tell, Jacob, when I was looking through your tweets, if your hysterical laughing was that they traded up for Brees Hall or that Michael Carter was dead.
It's a little bit of both. Like, I think that it's pretty hilarious. Like, trading up for Brees Hall is a very bad idea. It's the exact same feeling that I had about what the Jaguars did last year. Like, I think it's a very ridiculous decision by the organization, but I think it's an even more ridiculous decision that fantasy gamers had convinced themselves that Michael Carter was a real asset in their lives. And the Michael Carter stands deserve the pain that they feel right now. I mocked Brees Hall going to the Jets in the 2nd round, and it happened, and it's a delight to witness. Great spot. I definitely think that he is the 101 in a tier of 1.
Yeah, so I mean, feel a lot better about drafting Sermon before Michael Carter last year, so I gotta lick my wounds a little bit.
Yeah. I would have loved for fantasy if Brees Hall and Walker would have switched spots. Like, that would have been a dream scenario, I think, for fantasy for both parties. Walker being able to play first, second down. We still see Michael Carter staying in there on third down. So he still maintains a little bit of value. And then you have Breece Hall in a workhorse situation where he gets literally all the touches and doesn't have to share a backfield with Michael Carter, who
He
still
doesn't have
might
to share a backfield. Michael Carter right now. He ain't sharing shit.
There'll be some competition when it comes to that. They're not going to run out Breece Hall on every single down. So
I guess
Not in week
happened,
one.
you would have
Not in week
three-
one.
What's up?
If that happened, we would have had 3 fantasy relevant running backs, and now we only have 2 because Carter's out.
I don't even think that. I mean, all right. So Walker's still relevant, but I don't love that system for him. I love the zone G system where it's a stretch, wide zone run to an extent. It's a little bit different from a stretch run because you don't try and find the crease. You try to get them out to the edges, no matter what it takes. You get them to the edge, and I think that would have been like the ideal fit. Seattle's system, they like to run their running backs up the middle, try and find the seam in the middle, which worked for Clinton Portis, and I see a lot of Kenneth Walker. Or Clinton Portis and Kenneth Walker. I don't think they're exact same players, but I feel like you could still compare them to an extent when I watch them on film. I don't know. I haven't seen their metrics, but I just feel like they're very similar players. But with this system, like Kenneth Walker, I don't know if he's capable of doing what Clinton Portis did in terms of going up the middle, reading the blocks as they're coming, and then finding that seam and running upfield. Plus, you're going to have to handle 350 carries or whatever, a season from Seattle, which, I mean, we don't know if that's going to be something that he can sustain.
So you're fully putting Penny out to pasture, but you're keeping the light on for Michael Carter?
No, I mean, no, Penny, no. Essentially, this is more of a 2023 look at things versus 2022.
Because I think the one interesting thing to me is just with Seattle, it's tough for any running back. Or maybe not bad, but just like it creates an air of fear. Is Seattle, like San Francisco, is one of the true few meritocracies in terms of how they deploy their positions. Like if Walker shows up as a round 2 pick and Penny beats him out in camp, Penny will get the job. Like that's what Seattle's shown. I'm not saying that's necessarily what I predict to happen, but Seattle is just one of those teams. Once they've drafted you, they no longer care about your draft capital. Like it literally happened to Rashad Penny, and now Rashad Penny has to try and do it to somebody else. So I do think that creates just a little bit of a risk factor. But I don't know. As much as I'm like out on Walker as a receiver, I fully acknowledge that he's a very good running back, and I think he'll get the job sooner than later.
Now, I think that once we get closer in, Walker's not going to be the 102. I think that everybody's going to have their own little opinions about which wide receiver should be the 101 for wide receivers. And I think we're going to see in a lot of these fantasy drafts, people are going to take the wide receiver that they like prefer, the podcast they've been listening to, whoever the hype is getting around that they've been watching or following, that's going to be the 102 in most people's drafts. And I think Kenneth Walker could fall to 103 or 104 by the time camp rolls around, or by the time
102 to 105, 106 is going to be really interesting. There's no way to tell what's going to happen.
No, it's just going to be the hype trains, and which analysts that are have the 100K followings start endorsing which players.
I mean, it's going to be different in every draft, I think. We did this, Chase, I think you were gone by then, but we did this at the very end of last night's show where I went around, we had 8 people on at one time, and I had everybody to give their 102, and we ended up getting 5 different answers. And I think that's what we're going to see. We're going to see
exactly.
We're going to see drafts where it's Walker. We're going to see drafts where it's London. We're going to see Wilson. We're going to see Burks. We might even see Pickett if you're really quarterback needy. It's going to be. Maybe we'll even see some crazy people take Christian Watson or Sky Moore 102. It'll happen some league somewhere.
No, and that's just it. I just want to give a huge shout out here to our someone who's never been seen full tilt,
What's up, guys?
Not but has been combative on the Twitter streets, especially when it comes to Deontay Johnson. Maddie. This is FT_Maddie, the Full Tilt Dynasty media handler and researcher. Are you ready to go to bat for Deontay Johnson versus Pickens now that Pickens has a draft capital? How do you feel about Pickens stealing all of those beautiful Deontay Johnson targets?
I don't believe he does. But
that's what's up.
Yeah.
No, I don't mind the pick. I wasn't that high on Pickens, coming out. I don't mind him, but he doesn't scare me off of Deontay. That's for sure.
Does Pickett scare you off of Deontay? Because he kind of should.
Yeah, I don't love it. Yeah, I don't love it. It's something I could see not working out for them long term, but
Hey, you guys got Marcus Mariota there. You're good.
Huh?
And
You guys got Marcus
No, he's
Mariota
got
there. You're
Mitch
good.
Trubisky.
I mean, I'm sorry, Mitch
Trubisky.
Trubisky. I
Yeah,
apologize, Mitch
Trubisky.
Trubisky. Sorry
So
about that.
to me, they're all
sorry.
kind of the same. He is a UFA after this year, so it's a long game. I'm not excited about Pickett, but we'll see.
Chase,
We'll
I
see
have a
where.
question for you
Yeah, what's
because
up?
you're plugged in. Why is Jacoby Dean falling this far? Like,
Injury concerns. So
that
I think he
actually
has knee
why?
issues or something along those lines, but I still
Oh.
don't think that that's like a real thing. Like that's so I posted what you got.
Well, I mean, like, just think he doesn't play a premium position on defense. He is already undersized, and everybody wasn't expecting him to test well.
Yeah, Chase,
He
you're
can
good.
be an extremely smart player, but whenever you fall into those three categories, it's hard to spend a premium pick on somebody like that.
Am I
Unless you
confusing Devin
truly
Lloyd
believe
and
in him.
Dean?
Yeah.
Okay, I was right. Yeah, he has injury histories. Injuries? Yeah, injury
that
history.
bad? Like Jalen Smith had arguably some of the worst injury history.
Yeah, but Jalen Smith was a top 10 pick before he got hurt.
Jacoby Dean was Pro Football Focus 19th ranked player overall, and I'd take what you will for PFF, but he's not a schlub.
But a top 10 upside type player has, more desirability than a top 20 possible player,
Sure, and get that.
it would have to be like a certain player or a certain team would have to value this off-ball linebacker in order to, make a pick or risk a top play on him. And yeah, if it was a top 10 type player, we're like, oh man, this guy's uber talented, yada, yada, yada. But there's a reason, there's already one red flag or two red flags to drop him down to 20th, right? So now you have a third red flag that could mean that he couldn't even be relevant to your team because he could get hurt. So when teams are evaluating like risk versus reward, okay, like there's a lot of risk here or there's limited reward. And the one red flag is injury history.
Okay, no, I understand that. I was just curious because, again, seeing how much he's talked about all the other off-ball linebackers being drafted, I can't. I thought maybe he did something not great, like Tunsil level not great.
Outside of Devin Lloyd, has there been another middle linebacker drafted?
Troy Anderson just went.
There's been three, I think.
Oh, yeah, Quay Walker was a shocker for me. I thought he was going to go like mid-second, maybe late second.
Troy,
you got a lot of steam late in the process.
Who did Troy Anderson just go to?
Atlanta. Atlanta took him at 58.
Yep.
Okay, I missed that. Yeah, that's right when I was on the show.
That'll be the replacement for Foye Aluakon.
Yep, 100%. That's you nailed that right there, Jacob.
I don't understand them again not taking.
That's an IDP stud right there.
George,
Holy shit!
Right? There's a helmet scouting connection. When does that not pay out in NFL drafts? It's like one of the lead narratives.
No, but he's going to rack up a ton of tackles over there for Atlanta, who struggles to fill gaps. Like that's going to be an IDP stud, and that's going to be really on low on people's radars, in my opinion.
I hate that the Bengals just made a really good pick.
What they got?
Hey, he wants to talk. I don't know what his name is, but he wants to say something.
Well, Maddie and the little one there is the most trash over there. Like I feel like I got to come over there right now. Like
yeah, right. Hey, but speaking of the Steelers, I mean, if you like Claypool, I mean, I think they clash. Pickens and Claypool definitely clash.
Yeah, I think. Who do you think plays slot and 3 wide receiver sets now?
This is a Matt Canada system. This is exactly what they want from their system. They want to get the safeties and the cornerbacks off ball. Like they want to make sure that they press them as far back as they can because Matt Canada's system thrives off of running quarterbacks. So if Mitchell Trubisky has a lane opportunity and they run bootlegs, they get him outside the pocket, you're talking about 4 to 5 yard gains easily, like minimum on every single play that he has an opportunity to run. So then you have to take that middle linebacker and use him as a spy. When that happens, it's going to open up the slot position and the tight end. Freiermuth is gold right now. Like this is exactly what Matt Canada wants to run. Like this is the ideal system. Get the guys deep who can actually make plays, who can catch the ball, not just like guys like Jalen Guyton who, run fake routes the whole time. Like get guys who can actually make contested catches and who can win downfield and then win underneath with your rushing quarterback, with your tight end and with your slot receivers. Like this is perfect. And Najee Harris.
I also wanted to shout out that they had Claypool announce it, so I want to give Tyler Lowe a shout out for on Twitter for mentioning that it was
That's
weird.
pretty funny.
Chase Claypool announced his replacement. So
That's not his replacement. They want two deep receivers.
I want to know though. So who does play slot now in 11 personnel? Because they've always had a really obvious slot. Like it was Juju, and then even when Juju went down, it was Ray McLeod. It's obviously a pure slot. Nobody on that roster now has ever played slot in the NFL. I think Deontay certainly could do it, but he's proven capable enough to play outside. I would rather leave him there. What do you think of Claypool? Because I honestly would love to see Claypool in the slot. I just with his after the catch ability, I think it would be fun to at least try and see how it works.
So I think on first and second down,
I like that idea. Yeah.
On first and second down, they're probably gonna have Claypool play in the slot for like running situations, right? So they have a bigger, more physical slot guy blocking. No, not at all.
Pickens opted out of run blocking.
Yeah, so they can't have Pickens do that. Meanwhile, Deontay Johnson's a little bit too small. So I think they like first down especially, you're gonna see a lot of Claypool in the slot and primarily for run blocking ability. And then we're gonna see them shift Deontay Johnson into the slot on third down.
So was it Matt Canada at Pitt at some point in time while Pickett was there?
I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, he had a lot of opportunity. Pickett was there for like 27 years.
True. But I'm pretty sure.
I gotta go, guys. I'll be back in a little bit.
Hey, see you later, buddy.
Yeah, I'll be back in a little bit.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure Canada was there, and then he went to LSU for a season before he went to Pittsburgh. So maybe it makes more sense that they drafted a clone of Mitchell Trubisky, but
this is just it's
Is Pickett a clone of Trubisky?
Oh my god!
What's that?
Does Pickett do what Trubisky does?
His tape just looks so similar to what Trubisky did in college.
Throws picks like Trubisky. I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep dumping on Pickett. It's such low hanging fruit that I have to do it.
I mean, I thought it was a weird pick when you already have Trubisky there. I just don't get it.
Also, did Breece Hall just show up at the draft like almost 20 picks later to walk across the stage?
Did he?
Yeah, he's on the stage at the draft right now, and he's just wearing a t-shirt just to go and hug Roger Goodell.
That is super freaking weird. I might actually have a reason to use my button now that there's a little one around. I have a real reason to use it. But okay, so as we were mentioning, 101 is obviously still Breece Hall. 102 is going to have a lot of different options. But let's just, if someone told you that their draft would be Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker, let's say London, Wilson, I don't know, Dotson, like how does the 110 shake out? Because that's what I think I'm most interested in. I don't think 101 to 106 changes too much. Honestly.
Let me ask this again. Thomas, I asked this earlier before Jacob got here, but let me ask it again. What would 102 for a random 23 first?
No, I would not. But it's not that far off.
It's not.
The only thing is like for a random 23 first, the issue is I guess what I would really try to see, like, is everybody else in the rookie drafts, are they all going to see it just as flat as we do? Or are people going to fall in love with their guy? Because that's the thing. It's like, I wouldn't trade 102 for 23. I don't know. It's just hard to intellectually process the fact that like the 102 to me is worth like the same as the 109.
And that's the hard part. When Matt asked me that earlier, it was, I would want that plus, but I think even if it was a smaller plus, like a 202, 203, I think I would do it. I think that would be enough for me to do it. Also, Chase, that was the shortest show appearance I've ever seen.
I saw, like, I was sitting here looking at my screen, and I saw, like, the 1 right next to the 6, and I thought it was 71, which is when I'm supposed to be on the show. So I was like, oh, shit, like, I'm going to end up being late for this. So I freaked out and hopped
That's
off.
funny.
Then I realized it said 61 at 71.
But I'm glad you're back. But that's why I'm kind of curious. Like, the 109 to 112 becomes the most interesting part of the draft to me. Like, in my opinion. I mean, I think most people hate Dotson to the amount that Chase does. to not.
Why do we have to bring up Dotson? Like that was yesterday. Why are we bringing up Dotson again? Do you understand like how pissed off I was yesterday?
Yes, I do.
I got
That's
so
bring up-
hammered after I probably got hammered during the shows, to be honest. Like I don't even remember the last 5 minutes being on the show, but it was bad. Like I got really like depressed, and I don't drink when I'm depressed normally, but like that was sad. Like I got really.
That's what I mean. So Dotson, you don't think is going to go before 108? I don't think there's any way that even as DC pushes him before 108.
No.
I would take him before. I would take him before 108. I think.
Well, okay, we'll try it, but name him off, right? So then who is he going ahead of, right? So let's go through. Okay, so Brees Hall, obviously not going ahead of Brees Hall. Remember this. Just tell me when you're taking Dotson over the name I say. Okay.
Let's go.
Hall,
No.
Walker, London, Burks, Wilson, Olave, Williams. Okay, over Olave. Okay, Jameson.
Maybe
Williams.
Aim Williams. Williams for sure. Olave is like a toss up. But like,
yeah, I'm not
you
doing
guys,
that.
you have to realize like you're playing not only with one lottery ticket but two when you go with Olave or when you go with Jared Goff, because you're playing a lottery ticket on each one of these quarterbacks and the play themselves. At least with Carson Wentz, you know, we know that he's going to be there for a couple of years, and he actually is accurate while passing downfield to speed guys. Plus, Terry McLaurin, there's a good chance that he's not going to be there, because when you look at what Washington done over the past few years, they spent a shit ton of money on Curtis Samuel. They spent a good amount of money on Adam Humphries for whatever reason. That was stupid. They drafted De'Ami Brown, so they're tied De'Ami Brown with draft capital in terms of a third-round pick.
He went round 3. He's done.
But I'm just saying, like, we end up having, like Terry McLaurin, like, I don't know if they can re-sign him to a massive contract with the amount that they've already invested in this. Like, they might just let him walk and take a third-round pick for a compensatory pick instead of going after that. But, I mean, the organization is absolutely ridiculous, and I'm so frustrated right now with Washington as a whole. But what if Jahan Dotson is the starting wide receiver and Carson Wentz pans out, you know, to a decent amount? I'm not saying that he's going to be great, but he's okay. He's decent. What if Carson Wentz pans out and all of a sudden Jahan Dotson is the wide receiver 1 for Washington, and you see that skyrocket? I'd much rather play that lottery ticket than play a lottery ticket with a rookie quarterback after having a bad year with two different quarterbacks, especially with the Saints who don't want to run.
Sure.
They don't want to pass; they just want to run.
If we talk about Wentz working out for Dotson, what's his absolute ceiling then? Michael Pittman Jr., in which case I wouldn't take.
No, Wentz was good with speed receivers back in his time with the Eagles. I don't remember.
So you could just eliminate part of the words. Wentz was good back in his time with the Eagles.
Yes, you could.
Yeah.
Right, Wentz used to be good, and then he became not good anymore.
But he didn't have any receivers with the Colts. He had Pittman, and that was it. And you don't even like Pittman, so I don't even want to hear it.
I mean, yeah, I'm not a big Pittman fan, but I mean, Pittman is still like a solid NFL receiver. Like, I think he's been a little overrated in Dynasty, but he's absolutely like a good NFL wide receiver. I don't know. I guess I look at it differently. I think the Washington Lamb spot was my least favorite of the first round, and then on top of that, Dawson's just my least favorite of the 6 wide receivers that went in the first round.
Yeah.
The reason why I don't like it is like what you mentioned. Wentz might be there for a couple of years, and to me, like Wentz is okay. Like he has like some base level of competence. But to me, I would just way rather take a shot on the unknown and just hope that I strike gold on a rookie quarterback, because I'm trying to chase ceiling. I'm not trying to get like a wide receiver 2. I'm trying to chase a ceiling option. So I would rather shoot for the moon that Zach Wilson develops into a star quarterback, or that Atlanta or Detroit is able to hit on a star quarterback next year, rather than like, I don't know. It's just like Carson Wentz is wide receiver 2 seems like a sad existence.
Wide receiver 1.
I mean, if they trade Terry McLaurin, then that would make a big impact.
I think they would just let him walk in free agency.
That would be really awful.
It would be. I know. I've been part of this organization my whole entire life, and it absolutely sucks. But I'm just telling you what types of things, we see from Ron Rivera, and it's horrendous. It's the reason, like, people aren't realizing, like, these picks that Ron Rivera are making is why the Carolina Panthers had more losing seasons than winning seasons under his watch, and why his rosters are always so talent deficient is because he cut his depth, guys like Matt Ioannidis, and then went and drafted the guy who he's cut replacement. So now instead of bettering a position of need, they just add depth to the defensive line when they didn't need to, because they didn't need to cut Matt Ioannidis. That was absurd. After they told Matt Ioannidis that he would be cut. It is maddening to be a Washington fan because of stuff like this. And although I do not like the Dan Snyder time when he was tinkering with the team. At least you had some sort of hope. I mean, Ron Rivera's just ripping the hope out of our souls during the offseason.
Oh, we got a running back. James Cook just went to the Bills.
Oh,
I love that.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's. I mean, they've been telling everyone.
You're muted, by the way.
Oh,
They have been telling literally anyone who will listen
Right.
all offseason that they want a pass catching running back. So definitely not a surprising pick. Fun pick.
and
Yeah.
I love the
Round 2, draft capital, third running back off the board.
DC is good,
Nope,
baby.
You're
Second
muted again.
round.
You're muted.
Who?
Me?
No, top
No,
right.
Matt, I think you're muted.
Oh no, he's just yeah.
That
No,
man.
he's been trying to talk the whole time that I've been making comments.
Second round DC, man.
Yep.
Yeah, so yeah, James Cook 202. You happy with that now, right?
Yes. Oh God. Oh God. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's
I
round
love
2.
that I love that you're remembering the walkabout pick value charts. I love.
Guys, I collected a bunch of 201s, 202s because they're literally half the price of 112. So I've been collecting all of them that I possibly could, hoping for Sky Moore, George Pickens, Ritter, James Cook, and finally one of them is worth a 201. 202. Finally.
I tweet in all caps that James Cook got second round draft capital of the Bills. Excuse me.
Could you lay off until I get him?
Absolutely not.
Is it worth that early of a pick though? Like I feel
Yes.
like he's still a third rounder.
Who
Here's-
else is worth that early of a pick?
In rookie drafts?
Once you start doing digit numbers, there's
I don't know. Robinson.
Well, I mean,
Rookie
Jahan
drafts tells
Dotson
you
just
not around
possibly
two.
made it to 109, right, or 108, or
Yeah,
whatever.
and James Cook is now round 2 running back for an elite offense.
Yeah.
That's
that doesn't pass their running back.
easy. 201, 112.
I mean, no, they'll pass to the running back a little bit. I mean, they
A
have the
little.
least
You just
efficient.
said they'll pass to it a little bit. Like, come
Yeah,
on.
but they have the least
can I ask you-
efficient pass
I wanna
catching
ask
running
you
back
this
in the
question.
league. Now they have a good pass catching running back. They'll probably throw more to their good pass catching running back. They
So,
also throw a
Chase.
lot, period. So the pass rate is less important than the raw targets.
and he's a good runner.
Chase.
Yeah.
Do you want Jahan Dotson or James Cook and Curtis Samuel? Because you could probably do that.
Wait, are you?
We're talking
I'd
about
take Jahan Dotson. Yeah, fantasy.
over
right?
those two. Oh,
Yeah,
I'll take the other two. I'll take the
Yeah,
depth.
I would take Jahan Dotson. I mean, Jahan Dotson has a much higher upside than I think either one of those guys, and I want the upside play on that. Just because like that's also super volatile. Like you have James Cook who could be very good or he could be nothing, and then you have Curtis Samuel who could be very good or he could be nothing. But I think Jahan Dotson could be elite. So I want the guy, and I'm not saying that he's going to be. I don't like the pick. I'm not saying that he's a lock to do it, but there's a way, there's an avenue for him to become elite.
Man, I like so I think James Cook has higher upside than you give him credit for. I think the Bills are way too sharp of an organization to spend a round 2 pick on a satellite back. I think they're taking James Cook in round 2 means he's their feature running back.
Cool.
What are you talking? They've been
And
taking
if not this
running backs in the third round. It's like,
Third round. This is the second round.
oh my god! It's the end of the second round. Like we're 2 picks away or 3 picks away
Second
from
round,
being in the
baby.
third round.
It's the second round. He fits their scheme perfectly. They don't
It's
need a power
literally
inside
2
grinder.
picks away from being a third round pick.
And it's a second round pick.
Oh my
1,
god!
2, 3.
People think the 112 is worth double the 201. That's where we are now.
I don't know. I think people like me are going to push James Cook to like 112. I think people like me
Please
are going
don't.
Then you're gonna end up with Michael Carter.
to beat me.
Well, Michael Carter went round 4.
And Michael
James
Carter,
Cook went round 2.
Michael
2
Carter
is less than 4.
You could also trade Michael Carter for a first round pick. So you definitely got your value
Yesterday.
for him. You definitely.
I have Michael Carter in 1 round, and I
That's
tried to
unfortunate.
get it out because like I was looking at Ari's like post or whatever because I was downstairs cooking, and I was like trying to send out as many trade offers for Michael Carter before I got
I'm
it
so
out.
proud of myself that I have 43 fantasy dynasty leagues and I have 0 Michael Carter shares.
That's bullshit. No, you don't. You don't have 0.
Yeah, I do. Look at, you know what? Can I screen share right now?
He
Yeah.
fell to the
Can
203
I
to
screen
me
share,
last
please?
year. I couldn't
Yeah.
pass it
Oh,
for
I-
the 203.
Yes, I had Michael Carter shares once upon a time. I traded them.
I couldn't
2
find
left.
a trade.
I had
That
2
league
left
doesn't
this
trade.
offseason. Tom is in one of the leagues. I had 2 left this offseason. I traded 1 for a 23 first. That's a beautiful trade.
That
And then
league,
the other one, I traded Michael Carter and Carson Wentz for the 105.
That league doesn't draft until 2 days before the season starts. They haven't even started, like refreshed it so that the new league starts for 2022 yet. It's still in 2021. That's how decrepit that league is that I'm in. Otherwise, I would have moved
0 for
already.
43, baby. 0 for 43.
Just unbelievable. I just can.
Tom, both our favorite players went round 2. Can you believe it?
Cook at the combine, and people were like, "He's really bad. Too bad he can't break a tackle. He's gonna suck. Oh, he's not very good." Second round DC, baby, with the athleticism in the hands. That's all I need. If he can eat a sandwich, like I said yesterday for Linderbaum, he can eat it. I don't have a sandwich with me this time as a prop like I did yesterday, but he can eat a sandwich and he can get his weight up. And if he ever goes over 200 pounds, I'm controlled.
He'll still fall behind Brian Robinson and both Whites if they get drafted in the third.
Not for me, that's for sure. Hell no.
In most cases, I'm not going to say every single draft. Like if
Brian got the exact
Are you talking
same
about
draft
Carter
capital
or
as Brees
Cook?
Hall.
Are you talking about Carter or Cook?
Cook. Yeah.
Tom, how about the fact that our two favorite players both got unexpected round 2 draft capital? Wan'Dale Robinson, James Cook, big win for the brand.
I've been wanting to ask you about this, Jacob. How do you feel about Joker now?
Oh man, I hope he gets traded, but I think it's fine. Like, I don't know. The Giants, to me, I think they're going to run a lot of 10. So if you look at what they've done this year, so Brian Dable, not last year, but the year prior, they ran 10 personnel on about 40% of their pass plays. And you look at what they're building now with the Giants. Wandale's a slot only. Shepard, if he ever plays again, is a slot only. And then you have Galladay and Slayton are outside wide receivers. Tony, I think, can be an inside or an outside, but certainly I think profiles best as a slot. I don't know if he's going to end up on the roster.
He's on the
If
block.
he gets traded.
Yeah, he's on the block.
So either way, though, like they clearly are drafting multiple slot wide receivers, and the only tight end they have of note is Ricky Seals-Jones, who's not a tight end of note. So I would expect that they're going to play a lot of 10 personnel. That means I think Wandale's going to get on the field early. It's a fantastic system for him. Like you think about the Brian Dable offensive system on how they funnel targets to the slot wide receiver. Look at what Cole Beasley did in Buffalo. People were like saying, "Oh my God, what's the best case scenario for Wan'Dale Robinson? Cole Beasley, Jamison Crowder?" Well, those are the Bills slot wide receivers the last 3 years. So he's going to the system that's pretty perfect for his skill set. I wouldn't be surprised if they use some of the same stuff that they use with Isaiah McKenzie on these jet sweeps and end arounds, because Wan'Dale has that running back background from Nebraska. I think it's a really, really fun spot for him. And then most importantly, of course, is the production profile that I've loved all along. And people were saying because he's small and because he wasn't fast enough, he couldn't get the draft capital. Well, now he got the draft capital, and I actually think he's going to a scheme that suits his strengths. So I'm beyond excited for Wan'Dale. As far as Tony goes, it's obviously not great for Tony. They drafted someone with a pretty similar skill set, but he was on the block already. I think Tony's. I hope he gets a fresh start somewhere.
Yeah, he'll get a third round pick for him.
Where do you want him to go?
Tony, just anywhere with a coaching staff that can get through to him.
Buffalo.
I mean, yeah, that'd be phenomenal.
Buffalo, they have a connection.
You need to get him into a Bible Belt Midwest town where there's not a lot of distractions or things.
Buffalo.
I don't know. That town party's pretty hard. They party pretty hard. I just want to point out that Kentucky had another player drafted pretty early, number 1 pick in the 3rd round. That's 3 or 4 players from Kentucky drafted that high this year. I don't remember
who just went.
Luke Fortner, center to the Jaguars.
They did have one of the highest rated offensive lines according to PFF for college.
Yeah. 100%. I'll be right back. Everybody.
Tennessee still beat them.
You got this from here.
Okay, I'm gonna be not here for that much longer, but now I've been brought into the host role all of a sudden. I didn't even know I was gonna be on the show. I just figured I'd crash because the Colts had just picked and Wan'Dale Robinson's season is on. I was hoping Billy would be here because I really wanted to taunt Billy's ass about Wan'Dale Robinson going ahead of his boys.
There's a show tonight.
Yeah, we've been turning over. What are your guys' favorite picks so far tonight?
Ooh. Sky Moore's the low-hanging fruit. It really is. Oh, you said his name right? Too much. Yeah, he went to Chiefs. You said his name too much.
Wait, who?
Oh, Billy.
Oh.
Happy Wan'Dale season, my guy.
Fucking, I knew you were going to be insufferable.
Look, I just want you to apologize, not to me, but to Wan'Dale Robinson for 30 seconds.
Look, I get to live
For
happy
30
knowing
seconds.
I
That's
get
a
to
long
live
time.
happy knowing Jacob's team took Alec Pierce. So
Yeah,
I
that's
really
unfortunate.
I really don't care. Look,
That's amazing. That was my favorite part of the whole draft.
Oh God, that
I
was
said it
depressing.
all along. All three of our teams, this little like Triforce we got going here, took the exact wide receivers we didn't want. So it's just great. So I said all along I didn't think teams were going to pick a 5'8" wide receiver that early.
They did.
And they did. So you know what? I will gladly feast on my dinner of boot. So it's fine. Also, I just like hopped on. Hang on, let me get the studio lighting going.
The real question, Billy, is will you have a Wan'Dale share? Or I'll ask anybody else. Like, I obviously have been pumping Wan'Dale for life. Lucas also likes Wan'Dale, as far as I remember. The rest of you guys, will you touch Wan'Dale Robinson in any of your rookie drafts, or is he still a meme to you?
If he falls, I'll take him. To me, it's not quite to the extent of Tutu Atwell last year. Because last year I was like, well, fuck, Tutu, he got second round draft capital. Someone sees something in him, like he's got to be good. So I'll take him if he falls. But I'm going to do the same thing with Wan'Dale this year, just more bullish.
Holy shit.
It's got to be a luxury pick.
Lasted to 66. That's crazy.
Who?
Asamoah.
I can't believe Nick Benito was a third round pick. Can't believe Malik Willis is a fourth round pick.
Yeah, we still have one quarterback off the board, and we are in round 3. That is wild.
So let me ask you this: as a New Orleans Saints fan, I'm not excited about Olave. Can y'all help me out?
I would be very excited about Olave.
Would you?
Why? They don't pass.
We don't pass, and he's going to catch and fall. So we got a bunch of defensive players and a guy who falls down after catching the ball.
Yeah, it's Calvin Ridley 2.0.
Like it.
Yeah, Calvin Ridley's
good.
Without a passing offense. No, he's not. He's terrible. And it's not a passing offense. At least the Falcons have never had a running back. Like, so yeah, now you get excited about a catch and fall receive. No.
So Billy, Olave, why?
Look, Olave, I think, is a wide receiver that's going to succeed in the NFL moving forward. He's a player who is set up to work as a 10-year wide receiver because he's probably, if not the best, the second best route runner in this class. Like the way he succeeds, he's going to be able to do that for a very long time. And whether that's good or bad, whatever. But the Saints right now feel like a team that's like, yeah, this next year is going to be this next year. We don't know what's happening. So they're just going to wait, hope Jameis Winston can do their thing. And if he can't, they're picking early next year to grab a top tier quarterback. Like
they
Olave,
don't have a pick in the first round next year.
Yeah, they're not going to get a quarterback.
That doesn't matter though. Like these picks are going to be moving around so fast. Like I'm not too stressed about the Saints not having a first round pick next year. Like if they wanted one, I'm sure they're going to find a way to go get one. But I think so much is going to work well for the Saints. I like Olave as a long-term player. I don't think he's going to be that fun this year, but I think everything's going to be fine in the long run.
All right, real quick, I'm going to do one more little stat spiel, and then I am going to switch shows. I'll be back later. But we have a passing attempts by Jameis Winston in 2021. 20 passing attempts, 22 passing attempts, 21 passing attempts, 23 passing attempts. He did hit 30 and 35 in 2 consecutive weeks before hitting 10 in the week that he got injured. So
yeah, they're gonna establish it. They're an establisher. So the thing for them is not actually even just that they're run first. It's the pace they play at. Like
it's so slow.
They don't run plays.
They don't want him running plays. They don't want him running plays.
No, the Saints like run so few plays. Like they're gonna average like 54 plays a game. Their offense is hard to watch. But not even just Winston. Like even when they had Breeze the last couple of years, they ran at an absolute snail's pace.
Yeah, the year before that, like the year before they slowed down, they were astronomical. And then it was like, okay, Breeze doesn't have a big arm. Let's just make sure he manages the game instead of making mistakes downfield because he can't get it downfield.
I don't think that's like the end of the
All
right,
welcome back.
I'll be back, guys.
I got to hop off here because I got plans later on. But this was a blast. You guys are crushing it. I'll make sure to plug you guys on the way out. Wandale season is in full effect. James Cook season is in full effect. Sadly, Alec Pierce season is in full effect.
Hey, remember, while you're in Winnipeg, hit me up.
Of course I will. I'll be here for the next week or so, so I'll hit you up 100%.
Sounds good, homie. See you then.
Have a good one.
See you.
I love Jacob talking about the show like he isn't one of the main 3 hosts on this. Like, I'm going to plug y'all. It's going to be great. Tom, I'll make sure to hit you up the next time I'm in Winnipeg. Like,
some people get too big too fast.
Oh, that dude is a star. Yeah, for sure. But Billy, how are you feeling right now? You traded up. You got your guy. You didn't reach for him in the first round.
Look, this is the same thing I was. This is the same thing I was saying yesterday. Titus O'Neil is on my screen. Sorry. This was the same thing I was saying yesterday. I just wanted them to take one. That way, I just know we're getting one. Like every pick the Packers did not take a wide receiver was an extra 4 hours I had to sit there and go, Sammy Watkins is our wide receiver 1. So now I don't have to.
I forgot he was on that team.
Yeah. So all this
Dean is okay. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I just saw that too. Nakobe Dean reportedly declined surgery, and now it's a major concern / red flag.
Yeah, decline shoulder surgery.
Oh wow!
Now we know why. Now we know what's happening.
Finally,
Also,
I have been pissed.
Also,
Yeah.
Tom, I want to give you a shout out. The Ravens are nailing this draft.
Yes,
Yes,
they are.
David Ajabo.
I didn't like. So we were on air when that pick came in, and I was disappointed because I want Dean. I was like screaming every pick that he should have been gone. Now that I know that it's health issues, I want them to take him in the 3rd round now. But I do love that pick. I think there's no way he plays football this year. Tearing his Achilles only like a couple of weeks ago. I don't think there's any way he plays, but I mean, you're playing the odds, right? He was a top 15 pick before that.
You might have been higher than that.
Right. So I think they're having a really good. This is what I call a classic Baltimore Ravens draft. So in 2018, they draft Lamar Jackson, the 2 tight ends, and then after that, it was like Hollywood Brown, and then they kept going offense and offense. This draft is very much an Aussie draft.
We're
At least
officially
Gentry.
hitting picks. I don't know these players. We've hit the range. The Giants' latest pick, Joshua Zadua. I might have just butchered that. I gotta feel bad.
Zadua?
Yeah. I do not know this player. So we
PFF,
did it.
PFF has it as a below average pick.
Yeah. I even knew the Chattanooga
wherever
State
the heck
guy.
y'all are.
I'm just
We're
not-
in the Amir Smith-Marset level of like sexy sleepers.
Amir,
I
ISM,
even think that
ISM.
there's so many, like, this is still the beginning of the 3rd round. These are still premier picks. For me, it's after the 4th round. I will stop knowing who these guys are after the 4th round.
Every round that Amir Smith-Marset, or that the Vikings don't take a wide receiver,
Yeah.
Amir Smith-Marset becomes a sexier.
Sexier.
I've been grabbing him with like my last pick in every single startup, and it makes me
Oh,
so
God, the
happy.
miss.
This
Hold on,
is so
don't-
much fun.
Don't they have that dude that everyone was touting as like the next big thing?
You mean Amir
Oh.
Smith-Marset? Yeah, he's there.
No. The guy that had big games last year. What the hell? I can't even remember.
Justin Jefferson,
No, the other guy.
Adam Thielen,
The other guy.
Amir
Not Irv
Smith-Marset.
Smith. It was
I-
Irv
I-
Smith-Marset.
I
He
gotta
played-
look.
He played one game. He had 120 yards.
Ryan, you're back. He pulled it
What's
in.
up?
What's up? Why am I even doing this?
You just
Close enough.
you just missed Jacob. Jacob just took off. But
I know. It's all good. I didn't.
Celebrity spotting.
I saw Kobe Dean for a second and it said Dolphins. Did they trade up to draft him? I can't be happy with James Cook. I just want to go back to that for a second. James Cook is KJ Osborne. There you go. That's it.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Look at Barry.
yeah.
Barry coming in and dropping the fantasy football knowledge when all else of us have forgotten. Barry,
Oh shit! It's Maddie.
yeah,
Hey,
Can I just for knowing who that was? Shout out to Barry. Look at him in his 275 dynasty leagues that he's in. He's dropping the knowledge. Seriously,
And none of them cost money.
that's not all of it. He's getting there. That's what I do. He says that's funny. Look,
Right.
I think we're at a point now. Oh yeah, I was just talking shit. So James Cook, folks, I want an honest answer.
Oh my god.
What?
The Titans just went on and spoiler alert, did not take Malik Willis. So
no, they didn't.
This guy's just gonna keep going.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
That is fucking bananas.
Yeah, this is getting insane. PFF had the fans of PFF users picked Malik Willis.
What the hell? Who is James Roday Rodriguez?
He is Sean Spencer from Psych.
Oh, he is.
I was thinking the same thing, James Roday.
And I really do like this pick for the Titans too.
So I just want to ask, what's the earliest you guys are taking James Cook now that he has round 2 DC?
201, 202, 202.
Okay.
I was gonna say
That's the earliest?
112-1.
Wow, he's in the first. That's
Okay,
fun.
Billy.
I was gonna say like 109.
Yep.
Oh.
Like right now, the way I'm viewing this draft is there's the two quarterbacks, Pickett and Malik Willis, just because he's Malik Willis, the 6 wide receivers. Then after that, every pick is the same pick.
I find it even reference Willis because he's dead to me at this point. I just now, unless it's in the mid second round.
This is bizarre.
Like
Malik Willis is now Desmond Ritter.
So, this is why I agree with you at 109 for James Cook. You guys remember the draft where Keyshawn Vaughn was going at 107?
Yep.
Right? And, like,
Took him over Justin Jefferson.
right. And James Cook is going to the Bills, folks. He's not going to a schlub organization. And let's face it, Singletary is garbage.
James Cook could be this year's Zach Moss.
Okay.
Whoa. Those are fighting words here.
It was great having you out of my draft room. You're
I
done.
believe I should get my balls for this.
Yeah, exactly. No, he's definitely better than that. So I think the highest at this point I'm willing to go is 108. Just like
Wow, that's amazing.
yeah, because look at it. You're gonna get Breece Hall 101, Kenneth Walker 102, and then you're rattling off 6 receivers. So it's Sky
Only
Moore.
6.
Sky
Is
Moore.
James Cook the third running back?
Yeah, third RB,
Whoa.
second round DC. So then you're getting Cook, Hall, Walker, Moore, Dotson, maybe Watson. I don't like the Olave spot, but somebody will. Olave.
I'll take Olave there.
I don't.
I'm a Saints fan in the crew, and I'm not taking Olave. It sucks. I'm so sad.
And then Wilson and London, and that's it. That's the first 8, right? That's the first 7 or 8 interchange couple. So yeah, I'm gonna take Wandale. I'm not taking above him. I'm not taking Mechie above him. I'm not taking. I don't even think I'm taking Dotson above James Cook at this point because I was calling Dotson Rieger 2.0 when we were doing our rookie stuff. Like I don't care about him at all.
This draft got so weird that Cook is a comfortable mid-first.
He's upside for me at this point. You got second round DC to the offense that everyone was craving Breece Hall to go to. If we were Breece Hall to go there for opportunity and DC and whatever and his pass catching ability, then why are we giving James Cook a huge bump for going to that same offense with his pass catching ability? Because Devin Singletary is in his way. Devin Singletary is going to be done in Buffalo coming up, if I'm not mistaken, next season. This is his last season.
Zach Moss is in his way.
I don't care about Zach Moss, and no one on earth, Buffalo doesn't care about Zach Moss.
All right, Tom.
No, and you made a good.
Go ahead.
I was gonna just say you made a good point. Even if you don't plan on keeping James Cook on your team, you draft him there and then you move him because people are gonna vault him probably higher than you have him. And
you know who's gonna
move like you did? You move Carter for a 23 first. Be able to move.
Yeah, Tom Lee is the running back drafter. He's the quarterback, and since quarterbacks are gone, Tom Lee's just going to start snagging James Cook now, like right before me all the time, like a dick, a polite dick, but a dick. I know you're still watching, Tom Lee.
Oh,
oh yeah. And like
You don't need to bleep as long as you say polite, whatever before whatever you say, it's fine.
Yeah, politely, you can go
dick
yourself. How about that?
So honestly, like the realistic expectation we can have for James Cook and his production is probably somewhere between prime James White and current day JD McKissick.
And James White gave you an RB1 season. Not just that, he gave you a top 8 season.
Oh, yeah, and he gave
JD McKissick's an RB2.
I was gonna say even McKissick is a player that I have been collecting with fury this year because he has standalone value. Cook is going to have standalone value in that period. And I just don't see a world where Josh Allen continues to be a bowling ball at the goal line before Buffalo's like, hey, could you not now? Like, we'd appreciate it if you couldn't.
We had you for years. Why do we want to hurt you?
You're muted, Billy.
Hey, she didn't hear it. There was no. I was muted. The only format I legitimately think James Cook is going to be great is like just a no-go for me. Is sorry, hang on. Is going to be redraft. Like I just think there's no. I just don't think I'm taking James Cook. Also, what's this Bears pick? Oh wait, it's coming in. Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Oh.
Wait, Velas, the 25-year-old Velas?
No shot. That's
Hey,
the nail in the coffin.
He's 24. Me and him have the same birthday.
Where did he go?
Nice.
He's the same age as Christian Watson, so I don't know why everyone's complaining.
No, I'm excited for this.
I know, but I'm saying Velus Jones is closer to Christian Watson than he's not. So
where is he?
Wait, whoa. What the hell was that math? That didn't make sense.
Where's Velas?
Speed, size, I don't care.
He's closer to Christian Watson than he's not.
And he played at Tennessee, not in North Dakota State. Like, I don't know. People are dumping on Velus Jones, but
I'm super bummed they're using his USC pictures on here instead of his Tennessee pictures, but that's just me being petty, I guess.
Wow, Lucas, I like you.
But I'll say this because I've watched so much Velus Jones. He is so exciting to watch, especially after the catch. He doesn't go down on the first hit ever. And with them neglecting wide receivers so far in this draft, he will be able to come in and not fantasy wise. I don't think he'll be a viable fantasy asset, but I think he does make the Bears better. And I think he will actually help out. Oh my gosh, why can't I think of his name? Yeah, he's going to help out Justin Fields. I really do. I love this pick.
Montgomery.
Wait a minute. Was that the Bears' first receiver they drafted today?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shut the front door.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing, man.
It's me and Velas.
Steven
Malik
Johnson,
Willis.
if you're still listening, we would love an appearance.
Malik Willis has to be coming off in the next few picks.
Velas.
Seahawks are on the clock
Indianapolis. Indy, come on.
I love it.
I mean, hey, why not?
Yeah, at this point.
Only old man Matt Ryan.
You're playing with house
Detroit's
money.
Next pick? When is Detroit's next pick?
It's house money.
Detroit's next pick is 97.
Oh, maybe. If
Unless
he
they
falls
trade
to
him.
97 and Detroit does not take him, a player that legitimately there was rumors they would have to take at 2 and then don't take.
I think
how
they started
terrifying
the
it was for Swift that they were going to take him at 2.
Yeah, like there must be something we're not hearing about Malik Willis. I can't believe that they're just like, nah, we're good. We're good.
Calvin Ridley had 1 year production in fantasy, so yeah, he's not. And again, he's like 45. So
Maddie,
he's athletic. Yeah, no thanks.
Maddie, I'm real upset to ask this. Were you on last year's draft show?
No.
I wasn't.
Okay, I didn't think so. All right, cool.
Maddie wasn't with us.
I was pretty far gone by the end of that draft show. So
Yeah.
We had Tom Lee and Kieran were on.
Yeah,
it.
I remember Kieran joined, and there's a great audio clip of me going, Kieran, like the most not Billy thing I'd ever do.
Maddie's a new favorite in the full tilt. I think he's one of the more recent and one of the more loved.
I love Maddie. Maddie's been around since the beginning.
Delaney Woods. The Colts took Delaney Woods.
Oh yes, yes.
Is that the second tight end off the board?
It is.
Just lost.
See, she knows.
All the bleeps. Thomas just lost so many of his tight end ones.
Kylan Granson season.
So many of Tom's late round picks.
Kylan Granson season is dead.
Yeah, that hurts, man.
I'm drafted. Let's go. Second round DC, Delaney Woods.
Third round.
Third round.
That's awesome for him because every time you see something about the Titans that actually produce for fantasy in the NFL, they all are athletes essentially.
I do.
Elite athlete.
I greatly enjoy watching Tom's favorite picks go early because this means Tom is going to have to be like fighting to draft them. Outside James Cook apparently, who he's taking the 104.
So look,
he's going to have to draft. He's going to have to draft him too.
Delaney Woods got drafted higher, so I'm going to have to draft him higher now. And at the same time, he murders my other favorite late round tight end, Kylan Granson. Murdered.
Sorry, buddy.
Sad day. Sad day and good day at the same time. This is sad.
Travis Jones is still on the board.
You will be able to get to 100% Kylan Granson after this, though. At least there's that.
There are
Why did
players
I on here? You're just so sassy with me today.
There's 4 players on the board who I thought
I already had 100% Kylan Granson. I probably have 100 after this.
See, I didn't think Travis Jones would sneak into the first round just based off of defense, like an interior defensive tackle not being a premium position. But I thought somebody was going to be very happy in the second round to scoop him up.
He's going to go at 7'6" right here.
But
if the Falcons don't take him at 76, Baltimore would love to add a defensive lineman.
I am so far behind. I'm just now getting the Seattle pick.
Same.
I'm behind. Billy, what are you drinking?
This is a David Nicholson 1849 mixed with a Coke Zero.
Hey.
It is a Woodford
You
Reserve.
didn't want to
I
have
love
another
it.
Prairie Oyster?
Coke Zero.
Yeah.
How rough are you?
I just got to the Abram Lucas pick. That makes me sad.
I felt god awful this morning. Like I woke up and I was like, I can't go to work. I can't. And I ended up going to work and I had lunch and everything was good.
Oh, that's good.
Desmond Ridder!
We got it!
Oh,
we got it!
Where? I made money!
Desmond Ridder to Atlanta, baby!
Oh, that's awesome.
Whoa,
Desmond Ridder, Atlanta, I made money!
Awesome!
I made money!
Welcome back to the Late Night Podcast. I saw
1 second. Desmond Ridder before Malik?
Yep.
Yeah. What was the line on Desmond Ritter's second QB off the board?
Plus 240.
Oh, that was
wow, that's shockingly low.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was plus 240, and I put $75 on it.
There you go.
Ooh, feels good.
All right.
Find a new processor, baby.
That's almost as much money as I made last night.
No, shut up, Billy. You're not taking this from me. You're not taking this from me.
Oh man.
Let's go. Now Baltimore's coming up. They're going to get a great player. They're not going to reach.
They're going to take Malik Willis.
You know
he made triple money on Drake London last night.
What's that?
I mean, Thomas Tipple made triple money on Drake London last night.
I did. First receiver off.
Oh my
He's fine.
gosh.
What happened?
Wait, what?
What?
They walked in and they had like somebody stacked on top of another person.
Oh yeah.
And the guy fell over. Oh, that's
I think that was part of it. They're a comedy duo.
I didn't know that, but it made me laugh. Yeah, TikTok comedy duo. Okay. But
that would have been great.
Funny.
That would have been great though if it was live and the dude just knocked himself out on the stage in Vegas.
Oh.
So this is really interesting.
The problem with 3 top 24 seasons is that people were touting him as the wide receiver one.
Whoa. Hang on. Blacks. I was defending Calvin Ridley. I like Calvin Ridley.
Come
Why
on,
am
Billy.
I getting hated here?
I will dump on Calvin Ridley.
I was
People
pro
remember
Calvin Ridley.
The wide receiver 1 to wide receiver 5 in Dynasty before his start of last year, and he's an older, unathletic, volume-based wide receiver. Nah, it was me that was taking a shit on Calvin Ridley.
I have so many bad takes. At least let me make it before you get mad at me for it.
That's hilarious.
All right, so on my TV, the Ritter pick hasn't come through yet.
Yeah,
but,
I just watched Jelani Woods.
Yeah, but a fun note, because I'm still in Billy's stat thing, so I'm going to do it again. There's only been 3 times in the past 30 years that only one quarterback has gone in the first 2 rounds.
Damn.
97 and 2013.
Right. No, 2013 had multiple guys going in the first 2 rounds. Yeah.
But where do you go with
Smith
Ritter
was the
here?
second round.
Yeah, no, so Thomas, let me ask you, Ritter, is he a first rounder again?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Okay, so
201.
Ritter or Cook?
Cook.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you know
I'd
Mariota's
take
temporary.
I'd take
It's
Ritter.
about the DC, right?
And
So
they took a Mario clone.
Mariota's, yeah, exactly. Mariota's going to train him. Mariota's
Mariota
temporary.
sucks. So with Ritter, here's the thing. So the same thing I'm going to say with Malik Willis, right? Their value had first round DC kind of baked in. Now that DC is in the 3rd round, if you plug that into the model, it is going to tank Ritter.
Hey, Lucas,
Yo.
I got a stat for you to look up since you're
Bring it.
apparently better at it than I am. Has a player ever been invited to the draft and not gone on day 1 or day 2?
Oh,
Like
or day 2?
actually been at the draft. Because Malik Willis might be doing it.
Oh my gosh, I don't know about day 2. I don't know about day 2. Day
I didn't
1,
even
yes.
think about that.
Their pick.
Malik and Howell.
Lucas
Yeah,
traded their pick.
Corral. Corral is in
Corral,
there.
yeah. Malik and Corral were both there.
Both
Wait a minute, who
Malik
traded their
and-
pick?
Broncos just traded the pick to Houston.
Okay. Well, I told you that they're not
Here
going to
comes
trade up.
Malik.
They were
I'd
going
be
to keep
really
trading
hurt.
down.
I'd be really hurt if Malik went here and like my small love of Davis Mills just out the window.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. Matt, to your point,
They're both 3rd round picks.
the reason River is not in for me when it comes to that is, again, if you plug 3rd round draft capital into any model for Ritter, it is going to tank his grades because 3rd round quarterbacks with his production profile and everything else going his way, 3rd round hit rates on quarterbacks is low, way lower than 2nd round DC running backs.
So my conspiracy theory.
Value, I'll let somebody else take Ritter, and then I'll pick him up when everyone gets sick of him by week 6.
My conspiracy theory is that everyone in the league.
Shout out for the
kinda
sub there, Blacks. Shout out, buddy.
Word just got out that no one wanted a quarterback, so all these teams realized they could just sit. Like I don't see a logical reason why not.
But that, how does that make you feel about the whole stretch of quarterbacks in this class? Because there were like 4 or 5 in the same tier after Malik, which is all upended. But now where? I mean,
Christian
Superflex
Harris,
is important.
Alabama.
Yeah, it wasn't even a quarterback. I'm so curious where like the last quarterback in the top 5 goes in this draft.
But to
Just
answer
look at going-
Harris'
You're
question,
the
though,
second quarterback in the top
Ryan
5.
Ryan can attest to this because we've done drafts together this offseason. I have avoided every rookie quarterback in startups, and I have not drafted them in the 2 leagues that I've done my rookie drafts already. I was already avoiding them like they had the play. I was already.
Good for you, buddy. Good for you.
It's not like a victory lap on it. I was just willing to take my bets that the receivers would be the ones that value.
Always team receivers. Just
too risky.
Always get the receivers.
So
you're
reference back to the walkabout. I mean, you all just did your 5-year review of who actually hit at spots and who didn't. And we're in the point now with these quarterbacks to where they were going to be late first, early seconds in your startup or in your rookie drafts.
Yeah, Bob.
Now they're not going to be.
You would trade Brees Hall for any random 2023.
I'll trade the 102 for any random.
Bob.
No, still no.
Like, I love you, Bob. That's a little hot takey. Also, Bob, since you're watching, since I have you, how do you feel about this New England Patriots draft, buddy? I mean, you guys are doing some interesting stuff.
That
I would
clip
love
of
your
Sean
opinion.
McVay was amazing.
Sean McVay just jumped all over him for that pick.
I guess we wasted time thinking he'd be there at 104.
Yeah, unbelievable. How you feeling right now, Bob boy? I love you. Hope everything is well with you. Those Patriots right now, they're down bad, as the kids would say. Down bad.
Yeah, I think they had a good couple of years though, so it's fine.
Yeah, I think they did pretty good.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
The Ravens on the clock right now. I'm very interested to see. I think maybe they go D lineman. Nothing abnormal for the trading up for the receiver just because he runs the 40 though is a little concerning.
That's a little Raiders.
That receiver room is disgusting. It's actually gross. They're always outside the box. Blacks might be Billy.
All right, we're good.
Wide receivers, interesting targets are earned, and he played with Julio Jones. Sure, but he's a fine player. But I want a player with more. I want a player with more upside with that, and that for me, that's a little bit more athleticism. And with that volume, he only did have that one elite season, and that was the year that Julio Jones had got hurt.
I do just want to harp on this sentence. Oreo?
What are you
doing with Oreo?
Deserve
I gotta
that.
go use the restroom, but I got a placeholder.
Travis Jones to Baltimore. I called that, baby.
That's a fantastic pick.
They are
absolutely
It
great.
is value.
Oh
They
my
are
gosh.
crushing the draft right now. That's gonna get it.
They're doing what the Cowboys did the last couple of years, where they just sat there and were like, all right, cool. I guess we'll take CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons. Why not?
Where's Sky Moore for everybody right now?
I have no idea.
I think I said 105 or 106.
I'd agree with that. I mean, with the production profile and the landing spot, you gotta love it.
Where is he in terms of my rank? Probably about that. Where is he in terms of my willingness to actually go and draft him? Probably not that.
No.
I want 108. I want 108. If I really want him, though, I think I have to pick him a little bit earlier, though.
Like
Here's the thing, though. Walker, Hall, right? I don't know. Maybe Dotson, London, Wilson. Who else are you taking before you take more?
Burks.
I would
Jameson.
actually. Burks,
Did you say Jameson already?
I take.
I would not take Jameson Williams over Sky Moore. No way.
I would take Sky over Jameson. I would take Sky over Olave.
I'm taking more over Olave
least,
and Dotson.
Yeah.
In one of my least favorite leagues, I have 105, 106, 107. I'm actually really excited about that. And in my favorite league, I have 103 and 104, and I hate it.
Yeah. This is what I was saying last night. I believe it was Paul was on the podcast, and he was saying like the 102 is dead. And I said it's not dead. It's just the 102 and the 106 are the same pick now. Like it
possibly
feels
further
like,
back than that.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, that was what I said last night. Now it's like the 108, 109.
Right.
And see, you keep throwing Walker in there as somebody you would take over Sky Moore. I'm at the point, though, if that's the end of the tier, I'm trading that pick for somebody who really wants Walker. Yeah, I'm taking something with better value. I don't like. I like the landing spot for volume. I don't like the landing spot for fit. For somebody that I already had questions about how he's going to translate to the NFL with just the way he runs. I don't know. That's tough to swallow. If somebody wants Walker at the 102, they can trade with me all day, every day.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. But
so where are you comfortable with Walker, Lucas?
Hold on, Bob, hold on a minute. What am I looking at? Bob just DM'd me. What he meant by his bowl of Oreos.
Oh, yes. Share your screen. Please, I want to see what this means.
I'm terrified.
I'm concerned for your health.
I hope it's a bowl of Oreos with milk, and he's just eating it like cereal.
Yes.
Sounds pretty good.
Like Oreo O's.
Oh, yes! That man knows how to live.
Honestly, he's having the best day out of all
for
of
your
us.
health, Bob. Is that a cereal? Or do you just put Oreos in milk and eat it with a spoon?
My
Your
man,
health, that or today's draft.
I have
I
so
wish
much more respect for you than I did before.
I wish I knew this side of Bob when he was on the show. We'd be talking about Oreos.
This is
the entire
amazing.
time.
Oh my gosh.
Content you can get anywhere else, folks.
I feel like
exclusive content.
All right. I feel like people are really trashing the Patriots for their draft. And there's things I don't like about it, but I do like the Cole Strange pick. I do. I think they could have got him much later, but I think he's going to turn out to be a really good player in the NFL.
He's just the least exciting draft pick they could have made.
It is
fair enough.
It's upsetting because it is the most Patriots pick I've ever seen. Like, if I walked up to you and I was like, "Hey, the Patriots are picking." By the way, they pick a random dude out of Chattanooga State. He's real athletic. He'd be
UTC.
like, oh, of course they do.
Yeah.
Why not? Of course.
Wait, so Lucas, where are you comfortable taking Walker? Because we got cut off with that Oreo.
Yeah. So where am I comfortable taking Walker? I mean, I'm going to do everything in my power not to. If Walker's on the board, I am going to trade out of that spot for somebody who wants him, and I'm going to pick up James Cook later. You can give me James Cook plus an asset for Walker, and I'm fine with that all day, every day, because I already value James Cook the same way. They both have a ceiling cap because neither one of them are going to be playing all three downs consistently. So give me
if you can't trade away your 108, if you can't trade away your 108, are you going to put your money where your mouth is with Cook?
Oh, if I can't trade away, well, it depends. I'm taking more over Cook, but it's going to be really hard for me to see James Cook there and go, dang, and pass on it.
Good pick by the Colts here.
What did they take?
Bernard Raymond coming off the board.
All right.
Oh, yeah. I've been
Good,
saying
just
that.
a solid pick. Potential first-round pick. Good for them.
I didn't think he was worth the first round, but it is a solid pick. It's another player I wanted the Broncos.
Do you guys want to see one of the harshest pictures somebody had posted? This is brutal. Let me
He's
see.
about to show us the Oreos again.
No, this is someone had posted this about Corral and Willis in the green room right now.
Oh no.
Oh,
Absolute savagery. Absolute savagery. That's 101 savagery. That is ruthless. Those poor guys are just getting. Whoever told them that they had a real shot at that DC and they should go to the draft, they need to fire that person immediately. And if it was a family member, disown.
Just a week ago, they were saying up to 4 QBs could be going in the first.
Right.
I mean, remember all the reports coming out is nonstop. These QBs are moving up.
QBs would go. I said 5 QBs would go.
Are the Panthers going to be able to pick a quarterback without trading up now? It's because they're just going to be there in the 4th round whenever their next pick is? They're going to get
absolutely right. Yeah, no, you're right. One of them's going to be there. They could probably.
I keep saying I can't imagine Willis is there, but I couldn't imagine Willis was here. So
Yeah,
I guess
Hey, so how happy are y'all for joining startups last year and getting Mariota, Trubisky, all these 20+ rounders that now have like at least 1 or 2 years?
Yeah.
You're just seeing how sad the landscape is. All those late round quarterbacks who are now going like round 12, and it sucks. But last year, you scooped up a bunch of those dudes late. I got 70% Mariota. I got like 60% Trubisky, which didn't work out. We'll see.
Always the plays is always taking those quarterbacks. We got a JJ Zachariason guest of the show on June 7th. We have a stat by him. Velus Jones is likely playing a special teams role but he ranks as the worst top 100 draft selection at wide receiver in my model since 2011.
That's the Bears for you.
I got word from Steven. He is.
That's what the Bears do.
Angry. He is angry. Chase is back. What is up, sir? What a crazy, wild period of time. James Cook with the round 2 DC. We've got Velus Jones being the first receiver by the Bears being drafted. So Fields is dead now. Just lots of stuff happening. The Ravens continuing to crush the draft. What's the next shocker that you're expecting to see here, Chase? Ritter went to Atlanta. What's the next shocker?
Dude, is Malik Willis even going to get drafted at this point? Like, what the hell is happening?
Weird. This fall is crazy.
Like, how do they have Ritter evaluated higher than Malik Willis? I don't know if you guys already had this conversation.
NFL ready.
Have it now. I remember I said that Ritter was more pro ready.
I was saying
I don't care if he's more pro ready. Like, you already have a starting quarterback that you signed to a temporary deal, and Marcus Mariota, very similar to what Washington signed Fitzpatrick at, which was I think $10 million for that, so like $9 million or whatever to Mariota. Like, you have a piece of clay, right? You have this quarterback who went to Liberty, right? He doesn't have any values installed in terms of like how he should operate. You don't have to break down his mechanics and rebuild them. He is literally a piece of clay. He's Play-Doh. You can mold him how you want to mold him because you could be like, hey, shut up. You went to Liberty, okay? Like, do you understand how many quarterbacks Liberty has delivered? None. So forget everything you learned and let's go ahead and start from scratch.
You still drafted me, though. What's up?
Yeah, well,
Zach Wilson went out 102, and now you can do whatever you want with this guy for free.
Yeah, it's insane. So, like, they can mold Malik Willis however they want. It's absurd. It's like it just doesn't make any sense. Like, why aren't teams valuing higher? Like, I'm so frustrated.
Did anyone catch the Browns pick?
Yeah, Alex Wright, edge.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, that was really fast.
Lucas.
Yo.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Oh.
Greg Dulcich. Denver.
Oh no.
Terrible. Some really annoying people are going to be talking about Alberto tomorrow.
Yeah, which I didn't want them to do.
Doing it.
I wanted them
to I'm doing it.
I wanted them
Alberto's
to
gonna
get
be
Rocker from Ohio State in the 4th round. That's what
Agreed.
I wanted.
Can we get Jacob back here so we can all take a giant dump on Alberto?
Hey, watch it now.
No, we
There's
don't want
no
that.
one I have
Jacob's
more.
going to come in. Jacob's going to come in and be like, "Well, he's going to be a value now." He
vitriolic about Alberto, but I
had
will
to
stand
him.
the fuck out of him. I swear to God, I'll stand the fuck out of Alberto.
I had this baked into his variance that they were going to draft a round 3 tight end. The man is the team never take an L, and I love him for
when
it.
I drafted Alberto at the 203, I was expecting they would take another tight end. This was built into the risk.
Yeah, I didn't expect the Broncos' first draft pick of this year to be Greg Dulcich.
No, they drafted.
Wow, is it their
a hedge
first?
from Oklahoma earlier?
Did they?
Right?
Oh, I thought they traded that
Yeah, they
down.
took Nick Benito.
You know what bugs me about like analytics-based guys, right? Is like they sit there and they say, "Hey, this guy, there's no way he's draftable, right? Like, there's no way. Like, no, this guy's trash. He didn't hit this metric, and then hit this metric, and then hit this metric, and then they perform like 1 year in the pro league, and they're like, oh wait, he can actually perform. He can actually hit this. So like he's higher up on our rankings. Well, he didn't do it before. Well, he can't do it. So he can do it now. It's like, dude, you don't have a chance to draft him now. You have to pay up in order to get him. Like he's already like, you don't have him on your rosters because of the fact that you didn't draft him in the first place. So, you know, and if you did, now you're overpaying for him. So guys like Alberto and stuff, like I'm cool with having Alberto on my rosters where I drafted him because of his skill set. And like, I'm fine with them taking another guy because now I don't have to overpay for him or when everybody did, you know, like I ended up selling him for the overpay, but like Greg Dulcich doesn't move the needle for me in terms of like competition, and he doesn't decrease the value at all.
Chase, what kind of overpay did you get for him?
God, I was getting I got a 20 23 first, but I also sent a 2022 late second. So like it was like 20. I think it was 210.
That's phenomenal.
So
Wait,
but I mean,
good for you.
People were overpaying for him. They thought he was like, this was right at the height of Russell Wilson switching over.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's
really well.
The wrong time to buy him, though. He is the player I have most rostered in all of my dynasty leagues because coming out of Missouri, one, he looked really good with Drew Lock. So I said,
yeah,
and then
that's why I took him.
He tested elite, like he has elite
took him in the 5th round, I think.
measurables.
Yeah.
So I mean,
and performance on target share, he's got elite measurables.
Yes, he does.
He's at like 80% target share. He's at like 9 yards per target. It's disgusting. He's great.
And what he does whenever he's on the field is ridiculous.
Placement, though.
And Greg Dulcich is not going to compete with this dude. So maybe now is the time to get Alberto.
Maybe it's not. Now's the time to get rid of Alberto. Alberto was already down bad.
Get him right now.
Alberto was already
the
other receivers run the ball a lot, and now they just drafted a tight end in the 3rd round. No, leave.
He's a rookie tight end who's not going to produce.
Broncos guy. There's a Denver Broncos guy in here. Are you selling or buying?
I mean, I have him on all my teams, but I would buy him right now.
Me too.
I would.
Yeah, he's a buy.
And we keep saying that all these picks now this year are devalued. If you can get him for one of your 2nd round picks, go ahead and get him for one of your 2nd round picks.
Late second.
I'll trade Alberto for
206.
And
I would trade the
what,
206
Thomas?
for him.
I said I will trade Alberto for Zach Ertz plus, and I will live a happy life for it.
Zach Ertz plus what?
Yeah.
Zach Ertz plus what?
Almost any 2nd round pick.
Why would you take a 2nd round pick of Zach Ertz?
Because they're going to produce the same. If not, Ertz will end up being better. And I'll call the
Zach Ertz is going to be about 209. So you're not going to get Alberto plus Zach Ertz plus a 2 something anyway. No, you're not.
But why would you take both those guys anyways? Because now you're
out there trading firsts for Alberto, and enough people out there that'll ignore Dulcich and everything else that's red flags for Alberto that will make that deal because he has elite measurables.
But my point is, why would you trade a young player for a veteran who might only give you a year's worth of production and rookie pick? Like, why? Okay, sure, 3 years worth of production. If you want to go there, 2, whatever. Like, first off, they also drafted Trey McBride. Just keep in mind. But why would you end up going and trading for a rookie and a young player if you're a competitive team, if you think that Alberto is going to produce? If you don't think he's going to produce and you just want somebody that can,
I don't think
then get 2 veterans for him. Don't get a rookie pick.
I don't think Alberto's any good. That's my
okay. You can get more. What I'm saying is you can get more for your pick than Zach Ertz plus a pick. Like, you're downgrading a position when you could actually get more for him in a competitive standpoint. Like, you could get a veteran who could produce more. I don't know.
Like
that name.
That's my thing though. Is I was never high on Alberto, so I don't know what his top tier value is because I've just avoided him at all costs.
Numbers on it, Chase.
Huh?
I want you to put numbers on it.
I'm saying, all right, but I'm saying, like, you should be trading up. Like, if you have Alberto, you should be trading up instead of trading down if you're a competitive team. Otherwise, it would be more beneficial to hold him because he does have the potential to do it, even if you're not a fan of his. He has the potential to hold it versus grabbing a guy with a late 2nd round pick and a Zach Ertz, who, now has all this target competition with Marquise Brown in there, with Rondale Moore stepping up. Like, I just don't see, like, the point of a trade, essentially is the point I'm trying to make, like, of grabbing a lottery pick and a guy who's not going to produce for very long if you're a competitive team. And if you're a younger team, it doesn't make sense to grab Zach Ertz at all because he's going to, not be relevant.
Chase,
hurt your
Chase, if you're competing, do you do Alberto for Ertz straight up or plus a 3rd? Alberto plus for Chase. Sorry, go ahead.
What I'm saying is I hear what you're saying. I don't think that Zach Ertz is that much of an upgrade, but he just said that he would do Zach Ertz plus if he was going to take it to be an upgrade. But I would much rather target the eight. I haven't studied tight ends at all this offseason, to be honest. So who's sitting there at like 6 right now at tight end?
Albert O.
Goddard.
Okay, Goddard.
Goddard's in my top
Well,
5.
behind AJ Brown, we don't know.
Well, yeah, and also Goddard. Well, yeah, with AJ Brown, that could decrease his value. So
Yeah.
what if you package Albert O in a second-round pick for Goddard? Is the point I'm trying to make. If you're competing,
Ooh, I'd do that.
then you would add
That's
in.
fun, man.
That's
fun.
what I'm saying. Like it would make sense to trade down and try to create multiple pieces. If you're a competing team, it would make sense to use Albert O and move up. Is kind of the point I'm trying to make. Sorry, I kind of took the long way around that in order to get my thoughts out. But yeah.
Like that.
So try to upgrade your position because the youth and the hype versus downgrading, creating multiple lower end pieces and taking lottery shots that you don't know if will hit. Who's like the 9th tight end right now or the 10th?
Where's Hawkinson fall? Honestly,
Get
5th.
5, yeah. 4 or 5.
yeah.
Okay.
I think I have him at 3 right now, but I'll probably drop him down to 4 or 5 after.
See, I know some people are
Not
dropping
Waddle
Waller.
here.
Some people still have
Williams.
Waller up in the top 5 or 6. So I wasn't.
That-
Where's Schultz?
Schultz is 3 for me now.
Really?
Schultz.
Wow.
Schultz
I love
3 in
Schultz.
Dynasty?
Not that high, but I love him.
Schultz is
that's legit.
24, 25 years old. He finished 3rd last year, and now they got rid of Amari Cooper. Like, why wouldn't he finish 3rd again?
He's
'Cause of
so
his
underrated
metrics?
still.
Because of his ability physically.
It does. He already finished 3rd, and he had Amari Cooper he had to compete with.
Yeah, I think he's locked in.
I think he's
Schultz-
top 3 no matter what.
That's a spicy Dynasty take.
I wouldn't say no matter what. Give me Kelsey, give me Andrews, give me Pitts, give me.
I don't like Andrews.
No,
I love it.
no,
Oh, no.
no.
What
Captain,
was he with Lamar Jackson?
tight end 2 or tight
With
end
Lamar Jackson.
3.
No,
I
he wasn't.
lowest.
No, he wasn't.
He was
He was-
terrible with
Alright.
Lamar Jackson.
He was terrible with Lamar Jackson. He
Oh,
got
but
all of his
Lamar
stats with
Jackson-
Huntley.
But Lamar Jackson loved Marquise Brown.
Yeah.
Oh, here's some fun
He's gone.
college football news for 2023 class. Jordan Addison is transferring to USC.
Nobody knows what that means. I'm just
Jordan
kidding.
Addison, the All ACC wide receiver for Pitt, the one who made Kenny Pickett.
I'm just
The reason
kidding.
Kenny Pickett did well.
I was
and
just kidding.
All right. Well, I find it more funny because Kenny, I'm going to mess up his first name, but Slavis, the quarterback at USC, is now
my
in
God.
Pittsburgh. He went there because of Addison. Now
Oh, I didn't
Addison's
realize
all
that.
the way back at USC. And I find that extremely funny.
Addison's going to
Hello, Billy?
USC? No
Yeah.
way.
Yep.
Chase,
He's gone.
from weeks 1 through 10 last year, so pre Lamar Jackson injury, Mark Andrews was tight end 2 in fantasy points per game.
No, he wasn't.
I'm looking at it.
There's no way.
Dude, don't fight. You can fight your stance, but not on the host on this note. You will get bumped.
I know, right? Like, I'm going to end up getting kicked out.
Oh, here
I mean,
we
I
go.
can-
He's pulling up the receipt.
What? Me?
This dude.
Right there, buddy.
Oh.
There you go.
All
There
right. Oh, look who's number 3. By the way, look who's number 3.
Rob
No,
Gronkowski.
You're having a great year.
Oh,
Love. Yeah,
D
Schultz.
just
I
came
can't
off
even
the
see
board.
that.
Here's Dalton Schultz. He's right there at 8. He's right down here.
I
don't even-
can't
right
see
where he
it.
should be
Yeah,
at
we
8.
can't see it.
glasses. I know you can see it. You're just refusing to.
No, I can't.
Okay. I know you won't admit it, but it's right there. Stats.
No, man, that's cool. Schultz is not that sexy. I don't understand why y'all have him so high.
I
Just-
mean,
Well, his
he's-
role is pretty secure. To
he's
me.
good.
Oh, did you see what Billy
Especially-
put in the chat?
No. Dean to Eagles.
Is that a done deal?
N'Kobe Dean.
Wow.
Good pickup for them. Great pickup for them.
Eagles still crushing things. Oh,
Eagles,
man.
disgusting, man.
Eagles, Ravens, Jets, Giants is crushing it. Although the Giants lose points for me for Wandale.
Really bad at fantasy. I like talking shit, but one of my main goals has been not to choose any players on green teams.
What?
Okay.
Yeah,
You went a
I
level
don't like
helmet scouting. You went jersey scouting.
I don't like green jerseys. I don't like any of the Jets or
So your
Eagles,
one
but-
won't be Brees Hall because their jerseys are green.
I gotta reassess my entire life.
You've never rostered Devontae Adams?
Jester is an inverse bull. Like bulls like red, he hates green.
I love that color joke there. That's a pretty good pull right there. He just comes in, drops the
This
cheesy.
dude Lee, he fucking comes in, he drops, he leaves.
I like it.
Dude, so I was just on
But no,
this show,
honestly,
right?
until this year, I've always wanted to stay away from all the Michael Carters, all the Devontae Smiths, all the green teams. Just stay the fuck away from all of them. And I finally took a little bit of a risk, and I bet 107 and 205 and picked up Elijah Moore, and I'm okay with that. But the green teams have always sucked, and now all of a sudden after this draft, they're going to be nasty, sneaky, awesome, and it's going to have to make me sit down and think about things.
You should write an article about that.
About how green teams are bad and I hate green?
Yeah, it would be amazing.
All right, I will.
It would actually, I'm not kidding you, that would be really freaking funny to see, why green teams have sucked for the past decade.
I mean, we are forgetting that the Eagles won a Super Bowl not too long ago. But...
Sorry, green teams for fantasy.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Did I cover that? Are we safe?
All right, yeah.
What are you drinking over there?
Who are you talking to?
You.
Me? Oh, I got Woodford Reserve and Zero Coke.
Oh God. I thought you were drinking a cocktail versus just Woodford and Coke. You should just get Henry McKenna.
And I don't like it.
Get Henry McKenna and use that with Zero Coke.
It should be illegal what I just did to that fried rice. I hate that so flipping fast.
Did you take a video of it? Because if you have an OnlyFans, I'm down.
I mean, I was down in the little part the entire time. I just blew through an entire bowl.
I don't know.
Rice?
Billy, if you want to take over, feel free. This is about, we're at 3 hours and 30. It's about the time I was going to cut this whole thing off.
Nope. You're not allowed to.
I have, spouse things that I need to go and do. I've neglected for 2 days now.
Like what he did to the rice?
PG show here. Oh my God.
I didn't say anything. I just said what he said.
Oh no.
Dude, Lucas is crying. Lucas is falling out of his chair.
Oh my God.
Clip that.
Oh yeah. Well, he clips everything.
Lucas, you better clip that and post it.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
I'm happy everybody tuned in. That joke was sponsored by Trophy Smack. Sponsor the Full Tilt Podcast 5 drafts. Good. We have one of Trophy Smack's own in Chase Vernon. We've got Ryan Devaney. We've got the Mad Jester himself over here, avoiding all teams in green, being an absolute rebel. We have Billy, of course, and we have a crying over here, Lucas. That's so funny. I just want to I just want to say this. This weekend has been crazy. We love the draft. It's our big time of the year. It's our Super Bowl, right? All of us content creators and general delinquents that are all about the fantasy football streets. I'm happy that we're able to fix things and I don't have to leave and then come back when people come in and out. We managed to fix the hardware. We fixed everything. It was good to go. The second round has been great. We're all rooting for James Cook and Wandale. We're all taking a giant dump on Dotson. I want everyone to remember that clear eyes, full hearts can never lose. Your best days.
Wait!
What?
Did you see the next pick?
Thomas, you leaving?
Who was the the next pick was traded. We're out of here. We're out.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, no. The next
You're
pick.
shutting it off. All right,
The
Thomas,
next
you
pick.
shutting it off or you leaving?
Oh,
We're-
okay. We may need to wait for the next pick, though.
Oh, is it Willis?
Tennessee just traded up with the Raiders. So they have the next
I'll hold
pick
it. I'll hold it till this, even though I'm getting stared at.
Oh no.
You're gonna have to wait a minute.
and then we will
You're
sign
gonna see
off.
live divorce here at the Full Tilt Dynasty podcast. You've got-
Tom,
you've
Tom, it is okay if your marriage is in jeopardy. I will handle the rest of this.
We have
It's
got
okay.
we have got food soiling, and now we have
not over there.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
Is it him?
What is it?
Malik Willis to the Titans.
I like it. I'm happy.
Oh,
What a good thing to sign off on.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely
great.
oh, where
I
are you
told
all
you.
taking him now?
So I'm not gonna lie, I completely made that up. I just wanted Thomas to like stop in the middle of his closeout so that it completely disrupted the entire
Oh, well,
podcast.
you made me refresh my Twitter feed.
Oh my god!
I honestly I swear to God, Thomas, I was just fucking with you. That is hilarious. That
That's
this
how
is
it
what
works out.
happened.
Look, it's all about the content here, and that's all that matters. The man of the people. The people need
You're
to know who
welcome.
the pick
You
was.
are so welcome.
Hey, look, and you're always welcome back here, Chase.
Oh,
That's for everyone else. You're all fired. You're all gone except for Ryan. You can come back.
That's
You're
fine.
good.
Oh, thank you.
Billy's just
Uh-oh. Hey,
What is happening?
what is going on?
Billy. Billy's drunk with power. Good night, everybody.
See ya.
Keep your desk.
Wait, we're not gonna talk about Malik Willis?
Okay, hold on.
For a little while, or
Right,
you?
I just want everyone to know that you can find us over there at True North Fantasy. They're a great bunch of guys. We're happy to partner with them. Good night, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the
Good
draft.
night. Oh,
You're
man.
done. You're done.